तो दोस्तों, मित्रों और उनके भाइयों और बहनों, वापस आ चुके हैं हम आज अपने थर्ड मैच के साथ, जो कल पेंडिंग रह गया था। एबीएम वर्सेस सेल्सियस ई स्पोर्ट थर्ड प्लेस के लिए मैच होने वाला है। और जो टूर्नामेंट है ईस्टर्न एज प्रेजेंटेड बाय इंडियन गेमिंग कॉप सीजन 2। यहाँ पर हम बैन्स की बात करेंगे, ऑलरेडी 3-3 बैन हो चुके हैं दोनों टीम्स के। यहाँ पर जो हमें स्टार्टिंग के एबीएम के बैन देखने को मिल रहे हैं वो बहुत पेट बैन है। जैसे यहाँ पर रूबी की बात करें तो एबीएम हमेशा हर मैच में रूबी को बैन करते हैं। इसी के साथ लोलिटा, जो लास्ट मैच में कल का जो सेकंड मैच में था उसमें बहुत ज्यादा दिक्कत हुई थी एबीएम को लोलिटा की वजह से, और इसी के साथ लिंग बैन कर दिया, बिकॉज एबीएम को भी पता है अगर आपका लिंग अच्छा है तो बहुत सारी दिक्कतों का सामना करना पड़ सकता है। इसी के साथ ओपोनेंट यानी सेल्सियस ने बैन कर दिया चिप के साथ फीवियस, और हमारे एक्सबॉक्स द डायनामाइट गाय भी बैन हो चुके हैं। यहाँ पर भी पिक्स की बात आ चुकी है। देखते हैं हमारे जो एबीएम है कौन से पिक्स के साथ जाना चाहेंगे, क्या अपने रेगुलर पिक के साथ स्टिक करते हैं या फिर हमें कुछ नए पिक्स देखने को मिलते हैं। इसी के साथ एबीएम ने उठा लिया हाइलॉस लॉर्ड का छोटा बेटा, जिसको मारना थोड़ा सा ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है अगर आपके पास अच्छा खासा प्रॉपर बर्स्ट डैमेज नहीं है, बिकॉज ये लड़का ऐसा है कि अपना एक तरह से डंडा ले लो या कुछ भी कह लो, और मैजिक वैंड से लेके दौड़ता रहता है और आपको दौड़ाता रहेगा, मरेगा ही नहीं भाई। जितनी मर्जी आप पलटी मारते जाओ, आप डैमेज देते जाओ, कुछ भी करते जाओ, तो इसीलिए इसको मारना थोड़ा सा डिफिकल्ट होने वाला है सेल्सियस के लिए। उनको यहाँ पर जाना पड़ेगा बर्स्ट डैमेज के लिए। देखती है सेल्सियस क्या पिक करती है, और सेल्सियस ने पिक कर लिया हमारी वैक्साना दीदी के साथ आरलॉट। लास्ट गेम की बात करूंगा तो उसमें भी सेल्सियस ने वैक्साना पिक किया था, अच्छा खासा डैमेज आता है, मिड टू लेट गेम डैमेज बहुत ज्यादा इंटेंस हो जाता है वैक्साना का, तो एक अच्छी पिक है सेल्सियस की तरफ से, बस डैमेज बहुत अच्छा देखने को मिलेगा। इसी के साथ आरलॉट आया, आरलॉट का जो क्राउड कंट्रोल है वो बहुत ज्यादा काबिल तारीफ है, तो इसकी अगर हम प्रशंसा करें तो वो बहुत ही ज्यादा अच्छी रहेगी अगर एक अच्छा खासा कॉम्बिनेशन लगता है हमारा आरलॉट प्लस वैक्साना का। अभी यहाँ पर देखते हैं टैंक्स कौन से टैंक्स यहाँ पर हमें देखने को मिलेंगे एबीएम की तरफ से। मुझे लगता है कि जो हमारे हाइलॉस भैया ये जाएंगे एक्सपी लेन पे। इसी के साथ बेन यानी हमारे समुद्र के देवता प्रकट हो चुके हैं, उसी के साथ चुलबुला लड़का यानी हैरत भी आ चुका है। हैरत एक अच्छा खासा डैमेज देने की क्षमता रखता है, इसकी मोबिलिटी बहुत बहुत ज्यादा है, और ये ओपोनेंट को बहुत ज्यादा टीज करने के लिए भी जाना जाता है। मोस्ट प्रोबेबली जो हमारे हैरत है ये गोल्ड लेन जाएंगे, और ओपोनेंट को यहाँ पर अभी हैरत के अकॉर्डिंग अपना गोल्ड लेन पिक करना पड़ेगा। पिक कर लिया भाई सेल्सियस वालों ने, कैरी के साथ जाना चाहते हैं। ये मेल्ट डाउन करने की क्षमता रखती है भाई ये लड़की, इसका जो ट्रू डैमेज है इंसेन है। इसके सामने आप फ्रंट चार्जिंग हीरोज के साथ ओपनली चार्ज नहीं कर सकते, थोड़ा सा रिस्क रहता है। अगर आप बिना आंख खोले जाएंगे तो मरने की संभावनाएं बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ जाएंगी, तो यहाँ पर थोड़ा सा बच के रहना पड़ेगा हमारे टीम एबीएम को। एक सेकेंड यार, जस्ट अ सेकेंड। बात हमारे नेक्स्ट बैन की बात करें यानी गदाधारी बीम, हमें बैन देखने को मिल रहे हैं हमारे एबीएम की तरफ से, और एंजेला दीदी बैन हुई है। मुझे नहीं लगता है एंजेला यहाँ पर एक वैलिड बैन था, बट चलो क्या ही कर सकते हैं, अपनी अपनी डफली अपना अपना राग यहाँ पर बजाएंगे सेल्सियस, और इसी के साथ जो उनका नेक्स्ट बैन देखने को मिल रहा है वो आएगा हमारा जास्क। जास्क के एक अच्छा खासा बैन है, गोल्ड लेन में बहुत ज्यादा इशू कर सकता है, टरेट पुश में बहुत ज्यादा यूज होता है, टीम फाइट्स में बहुत ज्यादा इशू क्रिएट करता है ओपोनेंट्स के लिए, बिकॉज इसको मारना बहुत ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट होता है। अगर सपोज पॉइंट एचपी पे है तो इंस्टेंटली अपना अल्टीमेट यूज करता है और अपनी जान बचाने के लिए किसी भी हद तक जा सकता है भाई, अपने टीममेट की कुर्बानी देने की भी 1 मिनट भी नहीं सोचता है, तो ये चीज थोड़ा सा ज्यादा खतरनाक होती है जास को लेकर। अभी हमारे दो पिक्स बचे हैं एबीएम की तरफ से भी और सेल्सियस की तरफ से भी। एबीएम की बात करें तो उन्होंने एक्सपी लेनर पिक कर लिया, गोल्ड लेनर पिक कर लिया, और एक जंगलर भी पिक कर लिया। अभी उनके पास जो पेंडिंग रह गया है वो हमारा मिड लेनर रह गया। देखते हैं यहाँ पर हमारा मेज की जगह पे कौन से हीरो के साथ जाते हैं, और एक टैंक जाते हैं या फिर एक सपोर्ट रोल यहाँ पर देखने को मिलेगा। चांसेस मुझे लग रहा है कि यहाँ पर एक सपोर्ट रोल देखने को मिलेगा, एज टैंकी नहीं जाएंगे, बिकॉज ऑलरेडी सेल्सियस ने पिक कर लिया है कैरी, तो टैंक यहाँ पर थोड़ी सी अनवांटेड ऑप्शन होगी, बट अभी कुछ भी नहीं कहा जा सकता क्योंकि एबीएम यहाँ पर वन ऑफ द टॉप टीम है इंडिया की। इनकी सिनर्जी सबसे अलग रहती है, इनका रोटेशन बहुत ज्यादा अच्छा रहता है, बहुत ज्यादा शानदार रहता है। यहाँ पर कमबैक के चांसेस है, बेस्ट ऑफ 3 का ही मुकाबला था, ऑलरेडी एक मैच जीत चुके हैं। फर्स्ट मैच जीता था एबीएम ने, सेकंड मैच जीता था सेल्सियस ने। जो भी ये मैच जीतेगा वो बन जाएगा अपना 3rd प्लेस इन ईस्टर्न एज सीजन 2, जिसका इनको डेफिनेटली एक प्राइस पूल मिलेगा। इसी के साथ सेल्सियस की तरफ से ग्रुप मिल चुके हैं। तो देखिए जो सेल्सियस का कॉम्बिनेशन है ना, इससे हमें ये देख के पता चलता है कि जो ये टीम है अर्ली गेम की तरफ ज़्यादा जाना चाहेगी। अर्ली गेम के लिए इनके पास आर्लॉट आ चुका है, वैक्साना आ चुकी है, क्रूक आ चुका है, और लेट गेम के लिए इनके पास कैरी है, तो कैरी यहाँ पर एक अच्छा खासा मिड टू लेट गेम डैमेज प्रोवाइड करेगी। इसी के साथ चलते हैं एबीएम की तरफ एंड देखते हैं कि वो क्या चाहते हैं, उनकी तरफ से क्या पिक रहती है। जैसे हमने एक्सपेक्टेशंस की थी कि यहाँ पर हमें मेज और एक सपोर्ट देखने को मिलेगा, बट यहाँ पर जा रहे हैं कार्मेला दीदी के साथ, जिनका ब्लड कर्स हमें देखने को बार बार लगातार मिल सकता है। उसी के साथ नोवेरिया मिलेगी, नोवेरिया का डैमेज बहुत ज़्यादा शानदार आता है, सपोर्ट बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा करती है अपने टीममेट्स के लिए। देखते हैं सेल्सियस अब कौन से लास्ट हीरो के साथ जाएंगे। उन्होंने अभी तक अपना जंगलर पिक नहीं किया है, तो जंगलर यहाँ पर बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करने वाला है। उसको बैक लेन पे जाके हमारे जो मेज हैं उनको टारगेट करना पड़ेगा। और इसी के साथ थर्ड प्लेयर यानी हमारे जो निंजा फैमिली का थर्ड लड़का है वो भी हमें देखने को मिलने वाला है। हम लिंक को देख चुके थे, हम हनाबी को देख चुके थे, हांजो भैया रह गए थे, सॉरी हाया को देख चुके थे, हनाबी को देख चुके थे, हाया और हांजो रह गए थे। तो फाइनली हमारे सेल्सियस की तरफ से हांजो का भी गेम प्ले देखने को मिलने वाला है। हांजो यहाँ पर एक अच्छा शानदार पिक है बिकॉज ये अपने सोल का यूज करके अच्छा खासा डैमेज दे सकता है और बिना किसी डैमेज रिटर्न में लिए। यहाँ पर थोड़ी सी दिक्कत होगी हमारे एबीएम को, उनको जाना पड़ेगा, टारगेट करना पड़ेगा स्पेशली हांजो को, वरना हांजो का जो डैमेज आता है मिड टू लेट गेम वो बहुत ज्यादा इंसेन हो जाता है। अभी सेल्सियस के बाद 2 हीरोज आ चुके हैं मिड टू लेट गेम के लिए और 3 हीरोज आ चुके हैं अर्ली टू मिड गेम के लिए। तो यहाँ पर सेल्सियस की जो सिनर्जी है बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग लग रही है मेरे को। इसका फायदा डेफिनेटली इन्हें अर्ली गेम में भी मिलेगा और लेट गेम में भी मिलेगा। कुछ ही क्षणों में हम प्रवेश कर जाएंगे हमारे लैंड ऑफ डॉन में, जहां पर खेती बाड़ी स्टार्ट हो जाएगी दोनों टीम्स की तरफ से। दोनों एक अच्छा खासा डैमेज देने की क्षमता रखते हैं। दोनों टीम्स वन ऑफ द टॉप टीम्स है इंडिया की एंड दोनों की जो राइवलरी काफी ज्यादा अच्छी चल रही है, क्योंकि कल जो फर्स्ट मैच एबीएम जीती उसके बाद सेकंड मैच जो सेल्सियस ने हराया वो बहुत काबिल तारीफ था। एक्सपेक्टेशंस नहीं थी, ऐसा लग रहा था कि एबीएम बड़ी प्यार से जीत जाएगी, बट वहां से जो वापसी की मिड गेम से सेल्सियस ने, दैट वाज फैबुलस एंड उसकी वजह से आज हमें थर्ड गेम देखने को मिल रहा है। तो हम आ चुके हैं हमारे लैंड ऑफ डॉन में। दोनों जंगलर्स ने हमारी कर दी है खेती बाड़ी शुरू। यहाँ पर हमारे जो बेन है जंगलर का रोल प्ले करते हुए अपने जंगल में मंगल, और यहाँ पर एपेक्स ऑलरेडी अंदर घुसते हुए डैमेज देखो भाई, सुपर आईएम हो रहा हूँ क्योंकि मैं देख नहीं पाया था। ऐसे 2 मिनट का समय हो चुका है, दोनों टीम में से किसी को भी फर्स्ट ब्लड नहीं मिला है। टर्टल के पास हमें एक अच्छी खासी फाइट देखने को मिल सकती है। दोनों टीम अपना रोटेशन करते हुए टर्टल की तरफ, जो हमारी एबीएम में थोड़ा सा ज्यादा डोमिनेशन दिखा रही है, अर्ली गेम इंगेजेस देखने को मिल रहे हैं और इसी के साथ उन्हें बड़े प्यार से पहला टर्टल मिल जाएगा बिना किसी नुकसान, बिना किसी दिक्कत के ओपोनेंट की तरफ से। इसी के साथ मिड जो हमारे एपेक्स है लगातार जोन आउट करते हुए अच्छा खासा विजन देते हुए अपनी टीम को प्रोवाइड करते हुए, जो हम एपेक्स की बात करूंगा स्पेशली, उनका जो रोटेशन है बहुत ज्यादा शानदार दिख रहा है इस गेम में। वो कंटिन्यूसली हमारे सुपर आईएम को चेज कर रहे हैं, उनका जो अर्ली गेम उनको चार्ज नहीं करने दे रहे हैं, उनको बेट करते हुए दिखाई दे रहे हैं और उन्हें लगातार पोक कर रहे हैं, जिसका बेनिफिट डेफिनेटली उनकी टीम को मिलने वाला है। 3 मिनट का समय हो गया, मैच धीरे धीरे आगे बढ़ता हुआ। जे यहाँ पर थोड़ा सा अग्रेसिव खेलने की कोशिश करेंगे अर्ली टू लेट गेम, और फिर से हमारे एपेक्स अंदर घुसते हुए पकड़े जाने की संभावना। देखिए एपेक्स को मारना बहुत ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट होने वाला है बिकॉज कार्मिला का जो सस्टेन है लिटरली बहुत बहुत ज्यादा है। अर्ली टू मिड गेम में यहाँ पर पकड़ने जाने जाएंगे, हैरत की एचपी पॉइंट लो, पीछे से एपेक्स आ रहे, एपेक्स के साथ यहाँ पर हमारे नोवेरिया भी आते हुए दिखाई दे रही है, बट डैमेज देने में सक्षम नहीं हो पाएंगे। नॉक्स यहाँ बड़े प्यार से जान बचा के निकल चुके हैं और इसी के साथ बिना किसी फर्स्ट ब्लड के मैच धीरे धीरे आगे बढ़ता हुआ और 3 मिनट 32 सेकंड का समय हो चुका है। दोनों टीम स्ट्रगल करती हुई अंदर घुस गए, एपेक्स पकड़ लिया है, स्टन मारा और इसी के साथ फर्स्ट ब्लड की संभावना क्या है। यहाँ पर एपेक्स फर्स्ट ब्लड ले पाएंगे? डेफिनेटली एपेक्स ने सिक्योर कर लिया फर्स्ट ब्लड अपनी टीम के लिए, बट इसी के साथ उनको भी मृत्यु का सामना करना पड़ा। हमारे बेन अंदर गए थे, इटर्नल गार्ड हमें देखने को मिला वेक्साना की तरफ से, पीछे से 0-2 अपना अल्टीमेट यूज करके आए, किल सिक्योर कर लिया और 2 किल हो चुका है हमारे सेल्सियस के खाते में। तो अर्ली गेम यहां पर फिर से हमें दबदबा देखने को मिल रहा है सेल्सियस का। कल भी हमने देखा था कि सेल्सियस अर्ली गेम में डोमिनेशन अच्छा खासा दिखाती है और उनकी हमेशा कोशिश रहती है कि अर्ली गेम की डोमिनेशन को अपनी विक्ट्री में कन्वर्ट किया जाए। उनका जो विजय रहता है अर्ली गेम से ही उनकी तरफ से स्टार्ट हो जाता है और लगातार किल्स पे किल्स बटोरते रहते हैं, एक डोमिनेशन बनाने की कोशिश करते हैं और फिर उसी पे कायम रहते हैं मिड टू लेट गेम में। टॉप लेन पे हमारे जो हाई लॉज है यानी जो वो में उतना अच्छा भी नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, बिकॉज उनकी जो मूवमेंट स्पीड है एज कम्पेयर टू आरलॉट उतनी ज्यादा नहीं है। आरलॉट के पास यहाँ पर डैश एबिलिटीज थोड़ी ज्यादा थी जिसकी वजह से इजिली मूव कर पाते हैं मिड टू टॉप लेन में। बॉट लेन की फिर से बात करना चाहेंगे, अगर एपेक्स पे थोड़ा सा ज्यादा ध्यान देना चाहूंगा, उसका सबसे बड़ा रीजन ये है कि एपेक्स लगातार चेज कर रहे हैं, कंटिन्यूसली चेज कर रहे हैं, फ्री नहीं होने दे रहे हमारे ग्रोक भैया को। वो अपना जो कहते हैं ना पिलर लेके दौड़ रहे हैं बट उनका पिलर उनके किसी काम नहीं आ रहा। फिर से यहाँ पर टर्टल पे एक अच्छी खासी फाइट देखने को मिल सके, 0-2 आ चुके हैं, डैमेज दिया, जे को पीछे हटना पड़ेगा, अपने शॉक का यूज कर चुके हैं बट उसका बेनिफिट नहीं होगा। इसी के साथ फिर से 0-2 ने किल सिक्योर कर लिया हमारे बेन पर, यानी समुद्र के देवता को एक निंजा ने बड़े प्यार से मार दिया। यहाँ पर जान खतरे में, भागने की पूरी कोशिश, आरलॉर्ड की एचपी बहुत ज्यादा लो चुकी है। इसी के साथ लॉर्ड का छोटा बेटा यानी हाई लॉज किल लेने में सिक्योर हो पाएंगे। किल्स की बात करेंगे, 3-3 किल्स दोनों टीम की तरफ से ऑलरेडी हो चुके हैं। फार्म डिफरेंस यहाँ पर सिर्फ 2000 गोल्ड का है, जो कभी भी 2000 भी नहीं कहूंगा, 1500 गोल्ड का, जो कभी भी बड़े प्यार से हैंडल किया जा सकता है। एक टीम फाइट यानी एक सामूहिक युद्ध होता है और उसमें आप जीतते हैं तो ये गोल्ड लेन मैटर नहीं करेगा। दोबारा से मैं जाना चाहूंगा हमारे हांजो की तरफ, बार बार लगातार वो स्पेशली जंगलर को मार्क कर रहे हैं। लास्ट वीक किल जो उन्होंने सिक्योर किया था हमारे जे पे सिक्योर किया था, दूसरा किल भी उन्होंने जे पे ही सिक्योर किया। यहाँ पर थोड़ा सा ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा। पीछे से नोवेरिया आई, पकड़ी गई, स्टन लगा, पॉइंट एचपी भागने की कोशिश। इसी के साथ पीछे से हैरत ने किल सिक्योर कर लिया, मार गिराया हमारे कैरी को। वेक्साने की यहाँ पर मृत्यु हो चुकी है, बेन ने किल सिक्योर किया। बट इसी के साथ बात करना चाहूंगा सुपर IMM की, वो भी किल लेने में कामयाब हो पाए। नोवेरिया की यहाँ पर मृत्यु हो चुकी है, अंदर घुसना चाहते थे, टर्रेट डाइव यहाँ पर पूरी कोशिश रहेगी। ग्रोक की जान खतरे में, पीछे से हमारी जो कार मिला दी है यानी एपेक्स से अंदर घुस चुके हैं, टर्रेट डाइव देखने को मिली है और यहाँ पर किल सिक्योर करते हुए टर्रेट भी निकाल चुके हैं। बेन ने यहाँ पर किल भी ली, टर्रेट भी लिया, एक और किल की तरफ आगे बढ़ेंगे। यहाँ पर हमारे हाई लॉज ने किल सिक्योर कर लिया। तो ये टीम यानी ABM अपना परचम लहराती हुई इन्होंने प्रूव कर दिया, इस मैच में आप हमें अर्ली गेम डोमिनेट नहीं कर पाएंगे। हमारे पास है अर्ली गेम के विजयी हीरो, इनके पास है हाई लॉज का जो अर्ली गेम डैमेज है बहुत ज्यादा शानदार देखने को मिल रहा है। इसी के साथ जे का यहाँ पर जो अच्छा खासा रोटेशन है वो बहुत ज्यादा काबिले तारीफ है, वो प्रॉपरली अपनी टीम को टाइमली बैकअप कर पा रहे हैं। इसी के साथ जो हमारा सेकंड टोटल है वो भी मिलता हुआ हमारे जे को। बॉट लेन की बात करना चाहेंगे, हांजो वहां पर रिकॉल करते हुए, कैरी वहां पर नहीं है, कैरी को ऑलरेडी 3 बार मारा जा चुका है, तो नॉक्स यहां पर उतना ज्यादा अच्छा परफॉर्म नहीं कर पा रहे हैं। और इसी के साथ टॉप लेन पे यहां पर गैंग बैंग की सिचुएशन बनती हुई पूरी की पूरी जो सेल्सियस स्क्वाड है वो टॉप लेन पे हमें रोटेट करती हुई दिखाई दे रही है। दिक्कत का सामना करना पड़ सकता है, आपने बॉट लेन को खाली छोड़ दिया भाई, तो हैरत और बेन डेफिनेटली उसका फायदा उठाएंगे, लेन को लगातार पुश करेंगे और यहां मुझे लगता है कि 2 टर्रेट निकालने की कोशिश रहेगी। डेफिनेटली पहला टर्रेट निकाल चुके हैं, सेकंड टर्रेट की तरफ बढ़ना चाहेंगे। आरलॉट यहां पर आए, डिफेंसिव खेलने की कोशिश रहेगी और टॉप लेन से यहां पर पकड़ लिया गया। हाई लॉज की जान खतरे में, किलिंग स्प्री के साथ हमारे 0-2 आगे बढ़ते हुए अच्छा खासा डैमेज दिया। बट इसी के साथ बॉट लेन पे इनको एक किल देनी पड़ेगी। आरलॉट यहां पर मारे जाएंगे, जो किल्स का सिलसिला है लगातार चलता रहेगा। किल डिफरेंस अभी भी 3 किल्स का ही है। हमारे एपेक्स शानदार परफॉर्मेंस करते हुए 114 का स्कोर उनका हो चुका है। कंटिन्यूसली पो कर रहे हैं, अच्छी खासी रोटेशन दे रहे हैं, प्रॉपर विजन प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं, जो सपोर्ट मिल रहा है उनको उनकी टीम की तरफ से वो भी बहुत ज्यादा काबिले तारीफ है। यहाँ पे फिर से जो हमारे हांजो थे उनको अपने बफ से हाथ धोना पड़ेगा, उनका बफ स्टील कर लिया गया है टीम ABM की तरफ से। फिर से हमारे एपेक्स अंदर घुसते हुए 0-2 पे स्टन मारा है और बट 0-2 यहाँ से बचने में कामयाब होकर निकल जाएंगे कुछ ही क्षणों में, यानी 40 सेकंड में हमारे जो टर्टल है यानी लॉर्ड है शिव शंभी वो भी पधार जाएंगे और उनकी जो आरती अर्चना वंदना स्टार्ट हो जाएगी। मुझे लगता है कि शायद ABM का जो पलड़ा है वो थोड़ा सा भारी रहेगा, उनके पास चांसेस ज्यादा रहेंगे टर्टल को सिक्योर करने का। उसका सबसे बड़ा रीजन है उनके पास टर्रेट की एडवांटेज है, उनके पास स्किल्स की एडवांटेज और उनके पास गोल्ड का भी लीड है, तो ये बहुत अच्छी चीज है। ABM के लिए बात करें बट थोड़ी सी दिक्कत का सामना करना पड़ेगा हमारे सेल्सियस को, लगातार बार बार वो पकड़े जा रहे हैं। फिर से ग्रो को डैमेज देने की कोशिश, यहाँ पे आरलॉट पकड़ना चाहते थे, अंदर लेके जाना चाहते बट नहीं कामयाब हो पाएंगे। ग्रुप ने अपनी अल्टीमेट यूज कर दिया, पीछे से हमारे हांजो आए किल लेने के लिए बढ़ते हुए, अभी को यहाँ टारगेट कर रहे हैं, अभी की जान खतरे में, फाइनली अभी को मार दिया, अनस्टॉपेबल हो चुके हैं आगे बढ़ते हुए। यहाँ पर हमारे जो हैरत थे अंदर घुसना चाहते थे, किल सिक्योर करना चाहते थे सुपर IM के ऊपर बट कामयाब नहीं हो पाएंगे, उनको थोड़ा सा पीछे हटना पड़ेगा। और ओवरऑल किल्स की बात करें तो किल डिफरेंस थोड़ा सा कम हो गया, अंदर घुसे किल सिक्योर किया, इसी के साथ डबल किल मिल चुका हमारे एबीएम को। लगता नहीं है कि उन्हें लॉर्ड की आवश्यकता है, शिव शंभू पधार चुके हैं, बट बिना शिव शंभू के अंदर घुसते हुए लगातार प्रहार किया जा रहा है, खदेड़ खदेड़ के मारा जा रहा है हमारे सेल्सियस ई स्पोर्ट्स को। अभी उनको अगर एपिक कम बैक करना है, अगर सेल्सियस चाहते हैं कि उनके जो चांसेस हैं इस मैच में बने रहें, तो उनको यहाँ पर थोड़ा सा फेरबदल करना पड़ेगा, थोड़ी सी अपनी जो जादू का पिटारा है उसमें से कुछ नवे ट्रिक्स निकालनी पड़ेंगी, तभी यहाँ पर उनका कमबैक के चांसेस बनते हुए हाइलोस को मारने की कोशिश की जा रही है। जैसा कि मैंने कहा था, हाइलोस को मारना एक अच्छी नीति नहीं है, हाइलोस मरता ही नहीं, आप जितनी मर्जी कोशिश कर ले, एंड इसका आपको बहुत बड़ा नुकसान हो सकता है। हैरत का डैमेज अपरंपार अंदर घुसे, मेगा के लिया, इसी के साथ है मारे जा चुके हैं कैरी। ऐसा लगा था कि कैरी मेल्ट डाउन करेंगे एबीएम को, बट ऐसा लग रहा है हैरत यहाँ पर बार बार लगातार मेल्ट डाउन कर रहे हैं कैरी को। भाई नॉक्स के स्कोर की बात करें, 4 बार टारगेट हो चुके हैं, 4 बार उनके मृत्यु हो चुके हैं, 141 का स्कोर है। इसी के साथ एक और टर्रेट जुड़ता हुआ हमारे एबीएम के खाते में 11-8 का स्कोर हो चुका है, 3 किल्स का उनके पास लीड है। और अगर मैं ओवरऑल फार्मिंग डिफरेंस की बात करूं तो 5000 गोल्ड्स का, जो बहुत बहुत ज्यादा मायने रखता है, स्पेशली 10 मिनट का गेम हो चुका है। तो यहाँ पर अगर हमारी जो सेल्सियस है कमबैक करना चाहती है तो उनको अभी अपने पत्ते खोलने पड़ेंगे। जैसा कि मैंने कहा था, उनको अपने जो पिटारा है उसमें से कुछ ना कुछ नवे ट्रिक्स निकालनी पड़ेगी। उनको अगर चाहते हैं कि मैच जीतना है तो ये लॉर्ड किसी ना किसी तरीके से अपने कब्जे में करना पड़ेगा। अगर उनके हाथ से ये लौट गया है, यानी शिव शंभू का जो आशीर्वाद है एबीएम को मिला, तो उनके हाथ से ये मैच निकल जाएगा। उनके एपिक कमबैक या वापसी के चांसेस लेस देन 10% रह जाएंगे। यहाँ पर दोबारा मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि जो एबीएम है उनकी प्लानिंग चल रही है कि वो पहले यहाँ पर किल से लेना चाहेंगे, उसके बाद लॉर्ड के ऊपर जाएंगे, बट लॉर्ड वो ऑलरेडी मारना शुरू कर दिया। शिव शंभू की आरती अर्चना स्टार्ट हो चुकी है और कुछ ही क्षणों में जो शिव शंभू का आशीर्वाद है उनकी टीम को मिल जाएगा। आते हुए यहाँ पर हमारे 0-2 कोशिश करना चाहते थे लॉर्ड स्टील का, बट नहीं कर पाएंगे, वापस जाना पड़ेगा खाली हाथ उनको। इसी के साथ अभी शिव शंभू उनकी टीम में आ चुके हैं, अंदर घुस रहे हैं। मुझे नहीं लगता ये वाइज स्ट्रैटेजी, आप लॉर्ड आपको मिल जाएगा, थोड़ा सा वेट करिए, लॉर्ड को आने दीजिए, उसके साथ अंदर घुसने की ट्राई करिए। अगर यहाँ पर आप मरते हैं या आपकी टीम में 2 लोग की भी मृत्यु हो जाती है तो आपको दिक्कत हो जाएगी, लॉर्ड आपका वेस्ट हो जाएगा। तो थोड़ा सा यहाँ पर वेट करना पड़ेगा। इटर्नल गार्ड का यूज हो चुका है वेक्साना की तरफ से, जो यहाँ पर एक थोड़ी सी दिक्कत करने वाले, बिकॉज जब लॉर्ड आएगा तो आपके पास इटर्नल गार्ड नहीं रहेगा यूज करने के लिए। बेन का डैमेज बहुत ज्यादा आ रहा है, जो गुटका खा के वो थूकते हैं भाई, वो बहुत काबिले तारीफ है। कहते हैं ना, फूक मारता है और ओपोनेंट की एचपी लेस देन हाफ हो जाती है, बॉम्ब फेंकता है, फूक मारता है, वो आप डिसाइड कर लो, बट मेरी तरफ से तो फूक मारता है। इस साथ बॉट लेन में यहाँ पर जो मिनियंस है थोड़ा सा दबदबा बनाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, कंटिन्यूसली डैमेज दे रहे हैं। टर्रेट डैमेज बहुत ज्यादा हो चुका है, लेस देन हाफ टर्रेट भी बची है, और इसी के साथ अंदर घुस के टर्रेट डाइव कर दिया, अनस्टॉपेबल के साथ कैरी को मार चुके हैं। सुपर आईएम की एचपी बहुत ज्यादा लो है, डैमेज देना चाहते हैं, किल सिक्योर करना चाहते हैं, बिना लॉर्ड के मैच को यहां पर खत्म करने की कोशिश की जाएगी। डबल किल मिल चुका है हमारे एबीएम को, 3 वर्सेस 6 की सिचुएशन हो चुकी है। टॉप लेन से यहां पर लॉर्ड आते हुए अपना जलवा दिखाते हुए शिव शंभू का प्रहार स्टार्ट हो चुका है। टॉप का टर्रेट बड़े प्यार से मिल जाएगा, बॉट का मिल चुका है, मिड का मिल चुका है। इसी के साथ मैच खत्म करने की तरफ बढ़ते हुए गॉड लाइक हो चुके हैं हमारे जे, एक अपरंपार गेम प्ले दिखाते हुए अनस्टॉपेबल, और अंदर घुस के एस को डिस्ट्रॉय कर दिया। और इसी के साथ थर्ड प्लेस के जो हकदार बन चुके हैं वो एबीएम स्क्वाड बन चुके हैं। एक अपरंपार गेम प्ले दिखाया, कल का जो सेकंड मैच में उनसे थोड़ा सा चोक हुआ था उसका पूरी तरीके से बदला लिया, अर्ली गेम से डोमिनेशन स्टार्ट की, उसको मिड गेम में भी मेंटेन रखा, और लेट गेम में तो इतना ज्यादा बढ़ा दिया कि सेल्सियस के पास मौका ही नहीं मिल रहा था कि वो टर्रेट से बाहर भी आ सके और कुछ कर सके। तो इसी के साथ हमारा जो थर्ड प्लेस का मैच है वो समाप्त होता है। एक लेंगे छोटा सा ब्रेक, फिर हम वापस आएंगे अपने रिजल्ट्स के साथ, जहां हम डिस्कस करेंगे कि कौन से हीरो ने कितना ज्यादा डैमेज दिया या कितना ज्यादा अंक अर्जित किया, एंड फिर हम एमवीपी डिस्कशन पे चलेंगे। इसी के साथ कुछ जगहों में हम यूं जाते हैं और यूं आते हैं, 2 मिनट का ब्रेक है।
Connection established.
भाइयों और उनकी बहनों, तो वापस आ चुके हैं हम अपने मैच के रिजल्ट्स के साथ। यहाँ पर जो एबीएम का स्कोर है दैट इज 15 और सेल्सियस को सिर्फ मिले हैं 9 किल्स ओवरऑल। अगर हम डैमेज की बात करें तो हाईएस्ट डैमेज और किल्स हमें रेडियम की तरफ से देखने को मिलेंगे, 5 किल्स 0 डेथ 3 असिस्ट। और जे की बात करें तो उन्होंने गॉडलाइक लिया था 7-2 का। इसका मतलब है पहले वो 2 बार मरे, उसके बाद उन्होंने कम बैक किया और बैक टू बैक 7 किल्स लिए। तो बहुत ज़्यादा काबिल तारीफ यहाँ पर हमें गेम प्ले देखने को मिला था एबीएम की तरफ से। दूसरी तरफ चलना चाहेंगे हम सेल्सियस की तरफ, तो यहाँ पर इनकी जो 2 पिक्स थी, स्पेशली मैं बात करना चाहूंगा आरलॉट और नॉक्स के कैरी की, वो उतना ज़्यादा अच्छा परफॉर्म नहीं कर पाए। आरलॉट का गेम प्ले उतना ज़्यादा काबिल तारीफ नहीं था, सेम गोज फॉर द नॉक्स। अगर यहाँ पर हम कुछ और पिक करते, कुछ अच्छे हीरोज के साथ जाते, तो क्या पता शायद यहाँ पर समीकरण चेंज हो सकता था, शायद हमें यहाँ पर कुछ अंक तालिका में फेरबदल देखने को मिलता। बट जो हो चुका है वो हो चुका है, अभी उसकी बात करने का फायदा नहीं। तो अगर हम एमवीपी की बात करें तो एबीएम की तरफ से जो हमें एमवीपी है वो है हमारे रेडियम। रेडियम ने एक अच्छी खासी परफॉर्मेंस दी, बॉट लेन में कैरी को बार बार अकेले हैंडल कर रहे थे एंड अच्छी खासी टारगेटिंग कर रहे थे, जिसकी वजह से कैरी को फार्म करने का मौका नहीं मिला। और इसी के साथ यहाँ पर एमवीपी मिल चुका है हमारे रेडियम को। अगर सेल्सियस की बात करें तो उनकी टीम से जो एमवीपी मिला है वो 0-2 को मिला है। मैं हमेशा यार ये 0-2 गाइस इज लाइक वन ऑफ द टॉप जंगलर आई हैव एवर सीन। भाई बहुत अच्छा खेलता है लड़का। मैंने इसका लिंक का गेम प्ले देखा है, मैंने इसका हायाबुजा का गेम प्ले देखा है, मैंने इसका कुशन का गेम प्ले देखा है और आज हांजो का भी देख लिया। तो ये लड़का एक अलग ही लेवल का गेम प्ले खेलता है। इसको टीम सपोर्ट उतना अच्छा नहीं मिला, वरना शायद ये मैच सेल्सियस दोबारा जीत सकती थी। इसी के साथ एमवीपी की बात करेंगे रेडियम, 503 का इनका केडी है, अच्छा खासा डोमिनेशन दिखाया, अर्ली गेम में बड़े प्यार से कैरी को हैंडल किया, जिसको जो बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी थी। उसके बाद भी जो इनका डैमेज था मिड टू लेट गेम वो भी बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा आया। और इसी के साथ एबीएम हमारे 3rd प्लेस को सिक्योर करते हुए, जो हमारा ईस्टर्न एज का टूर्नामेंट है उनको 3rd प्लेस मिल चुका है। तो कुछ ही देर में, लाइक इन फ्यू मिनट्स, आई विल से नॉट फ्यू मिनट्स, अराउंड 20 मिनट्स, 8:30 पे हमारे फाइनल स्टार्ट होंगे। दैट इज बिटवीन एलिमिनेटर वर्सेस लफू कबी। एक जो सफर था क्वार्टर फाइनल से, वहां से फाइनली हमें ग्रैंड फिनाले का मौका मिल चुका है। लफू कबी वर्सेस एलिमिनेटर्स, दोनों हमारी नॉर्थ ईस्ट की टॉप टीम्स है। आई विल से जहां तक मैंने सुना है कि मणिपुर की टॉप टीम्स है दोनों, लफू कबी प्लस एलिमिनेटर्स। देखना पड़ेगा कि अभी मणिपुर में नंबर 1 टीम बन के कौन बाहर निकलती है, क्या वो लफू कबी बनेगी या फिर द एलिमिनेटर्स जो ऑलरेडी एक बार अपना परचम इंडिया की टॉप टीम बन के लहरा चुके हैं, क्या वो दोबारा यहाँ पर टॉप टीम बनेंगे, क्या वो एलिमिनेटर्स को हरा पाएंगे। इसको जानने के लिए आपको कुछ नहीं करना है, कुर्सी की पेटी बांध लीजिए। ऑलमोस्ट 8:30 पे मैच स्टार्ट हो जाएगा, तो यहीं बैठे रहिए, पॉपकॉर्न ले आइए। बेस्ट ऑफ 7 का मैच है, तो हो सकता है कि हमें 7 गेम्स देखने को मिले या फिर 4-0 पे भी खत्म हो सकता है, कुछ भी हो सकता है। तो जानने के लिए बने रहिए, ठीक है। इसी के साथ मैं आरवी अलविदा लेना चाहूंगा। थैंक यू सो मच एवरीवन फॉर कमिंग टू द स्ट्रीम एंड बेस्ट ऑफ लक फॉर द फाइनल्स टू लफी कबी एज वेल एज एलिमिनेटर्स एंड थैंक यू सो मच गाइस।
Connection established.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the very grand finals of Eastern Edge Season 2 between Team Lafu Kabi on the red side against the Eliminators on the blue side. I believe everyone is very excited to see this game because two of the very best squads in India, both hailing from Manipur, the pride of Manipur, will be facing against each other in this beautiful showdown. I am your caster, Sarah, and I will be joined by my co caster, Fredo. Fredo, please take the stage.
Thank you for the warm introduction to everyone here present, watching this grand final of the Eastern Edge Season 2. And we are all excited to witness the action which is going to go down tonight because it is one of the best teams in India facing each other tonight. It's Lafu Kabi against the Eliminators. We all know how good both of these teams are, and recently I mean, not everyone might have seen them, but I know that Lafu Kabi has been practicing so much as well, trying to get to the top level in India right now. And the Eliminators already on the top for quite a while. That's why everyone knows their name. Their fan base is just building up. And we are all excited to watch this game tonight because they will be, on the edge of their seats finding out which team will defeat the other. And this is the first game of the, best of seven. So, yeah, the draft has already begun.
Yes, absolutely. And as we can see from the draft, the training seems to be paying off. There are two very good bans at the moment. Hylos being banned out from the side of Lafukabi and Ling from the side of Eliminators. Eliminators don't want to give Lycan that Ling. Neither do Lafukabi want Suzumi to go on that Hylos. And now coming in with the Vexana ban, they are looking to take away Bid's one of signature mages. Towards the side of Eliminators, I do believe they could be going on ahead with another assassin ban, probably the Hayabusa. But considering the nerf in the recent patch, we could be seeing a Jukshin, Roger, or even a Jask ban. Probably even the Edith or the Terizla going towards the EXP. What do you think about the possible ban, Fredo?
Well, like you said, the Hayabusa was just nerfed, and the other heroes might get banned as well. I mean, even though the Roger was nerfed, the Zushin, and even the Zaz got a little rework in his nightmare response attributes, and with that I guess but still I guess they're ban worthy because these players here, I mean, the nerf doesn't really matter to them, right? I mean, they're so skilled that they can still pull off those insane plays even though the heroes they play get nerfed. So yeah, that's how good they are. So we might be seeing an assassin ban targeting the Sarar Moon, especially because he is one of the best assassin users in the country right now. In that jungle area, he just dominates with his retribution as well. And yep, the outplays coming in with the Hayabusa Shadow, with the Link's Finch Poise, and all those things. So yeah, with that, I guess the next band coming in will be the Vixana and the Aurora already. And the bands, for now I seem like I'm not really able to figure out what they are thinking because it seems like they're not targeting a single player here, but they are really relying on the fact that their composition will work and what counters their composition. So yeah, maybe because of that they're banning out heroes which will counter their composition. So banning out the X-Borg just indicates that they might be thinking of picking up a tanky jungler here. What do you say about that?
Yes, I definitely agree with you. The Xborg and the Phobius bans in the EXP lane were actually very justified considering how strong they are in the current meta, and the recent patch changes just make them even stronger. Phobius in the EXP can gap literally almost any other EXP laner, and even Xborg, he is so versatile. He can be played against a Terizla and he gaps that hero perfectly well. Then again, in the jungle, that slow effect because of the red buff passive alongside the Ice Queen wand would just create a massacre during the team fights. Coming back towards the pick phase, the Roger is still open. I do think Team Lafukabi might prioritize it, but then again, they could go ahead with the Edith pick. Or looking back towards the draft, even Alice Gold Lane would be a very smart choice, but it would be only a matter of a few seconds before their pick is revealed to us. Brendan here thinking about what to be picked up just down to the very last second. But it is actually Mina who picks up the ruby in the goal lane. That would again be a smart decision, I would say. That ruby in the goal lane, way too much sustain, life steal, and damage coming out, and even the arm offended during the team fights would just be so perfect. Here they could again go ahead with a Carmilla in the roam and a probable Lilia in the mid lane. That would be such a beautiful combo to watch. Eliminators though, Sir Ramon, I do think he would be looking to lock in on that Roger. The Roger, the entire Indian server is scared of right now.
Yep, like you mentioned in the beginning, the Alice goal lane. I mean, I've seen it in a recent, in the recent few games after the update, the recent patch. I've seen the Alice dominating the goal lane, not just in those Indonesia and Philippines, but right here in India as well, because Radium, we know how good of a goal laner he is, and he was also able to perform so well on that Alice. And yeah, right now the Alice goal lane is actually a thing, so people should consider taking that Alice into the goal lane. But yeah, instead of that, they will be going in for the jungle role. For Serar Moon on that Hayabusa is a nightmare to deal with, and Lafu Kabi, they just made themselves face that nightmare right now, because they have let Serar Moon get that Hayabusa for himself. And on the other hand, the Grok has been picked as well. I mean, after the recent patch update, the Grok's mana has been removed. That means he doesn't need to recall anymore for that mana which he has. So yeah, that also means it's an advantage for him, because he just gets that HP regen from the wall, his passive, and that is why the mana won't be a trouble for him anymore. And the next pick already coming in. Man, the Lancelot and the Lunox. I mean, the Lancelot, don't you think it's a bit early to pick up the Lancelot, because the Khufra, the Mencitar, and so many other counter heroes are open?
I would actually agree with you. The Grok here could have gone towards the EXP, and a Kufra would have been perfectly fine in the roam position from the side of Eliminators. But no, they're going to let Suzumi pick up his comfort and go ahead with the R lot in the EXP lane. The final slash coming in during the team fights combined with the wild charge coming out from the Grok, that would be a perfectly good combination by the two of them. The Lunox, though, it's a pretty viable pick. She can use up her light form and just escape out the crowd control being dealt out by the side of team eliminators, along with dealing a lot of damage from a dark ultimate. And if she positions herself well, she can just burst out the Arlot and the Grok. Haya's ultimate would also be nullified when she uses a light form, so it's a very, very smart pick, and everybody knows how good Zozo is on that Lunox. The Lancelot, though, it's a bit of a dicey pick, I would definitely agree. But looking at the second ban phase, Edith has been taken out by the side of Eliminators. Again, we were predicting the Edith pick in the early game itself, and now it has been banned out. Moscow from the side of Lafu Kabi, very, very good ban. We have seen how good the Crisis is along with that Moscow. Though here we could also see Crisis pick up another one of his signature, probably a Change goal lane. We never know what he is going to do, or even the Claw in the goal lane. So we are going to have to see how Lafu Kabi plans on their last ban.
Yep. And you just forgot to mention one hero of Crisis, that is his Natan. His Natan is one of the most deadly goal laners I have seen. I have witnessed, in the Indian scene, and that is why I'm really eager to see what he'll be picking up right now. But the enemy seems to be targeting him by locking down that Moskov in the ban section already. And on the other side, we can see the Valentina is being banned. So I guess the next pick coming up from the Eliminators might be a little bit tricky one, because the chip is still open. Even though the chip got nerfed, the chip is still a very, very good option, because the enemy already has picked up that Lancelot. So yeah, against the chip, when the enemies come out from the portal, they won't be able to use that Bane's ultimate, or even the Aurora for that, because the Aurora is not is already banned. So yeah, the chip can be picked up by the side of team eliminators. And the Arlot and the Grok might be going towards some other lanes. But yeah, the mage and the marksman are still left to be picked. I do think the Crisis might be thinking of picking up the Natan, but the Lolita is still open. What do you think about that, Sarah? What do you think the side of Team Eliminators will be thinking to pick up as their mage and marksman?
Team Eliminators has to take a pretty dicey decision here. Lilia, she won't work that much because Lunox is just going to camp up in a bush, use her Dark Ultimate, and force out the Black Shoes by Bid. So Bid has to go ahead with a bit of an unconventional pick in the mid lane. Probably. Oh my goodness, Crisis has the option of Alice in the goal lane here. I do believe that the current Alice, with the base defense coming out from the Clock of Destiny, would even counter the Lunox pick because she can sustain so well, especially after the Winter Crown. But look at that, as we were predicting, Mid does pick up on that Lilia. So Zozo
Yep.
here, either he goes. Oh no, Ruby is in the goal lane already, so Zozo would be looking to pick up a EXP for Brendan to play while K picks up on his roam. Chip is already open here, so I do think the chip by the side of Lafu Kabi would be a good choice considering they did ban out on the Faramis, so there would be no cult altar to counter the chip ultimate, which could be done at any point in the map.
Yep, that leaves a room for error on the enemy side because they do not have the Valentina, they won't be able to copy the ultimate, and the mage has already been picked, so it leaves a room for error. But look at that. I mean, they have decided to go with a CC and a Louis there, so yeah, I guess there will be a lot of dispersion plays on the map from the side of Team Lafu Kabi. And I don't know what would be the response from Team Eliminators, but yeah, the Grok can check the bushes so well thanks to his passive coming in from the first, from his first skill, which allows him to be immune, as well as the defense coming in when he's close to those walls. So yeah, the bushes checking will be a bit easier for the side of Team Eliminators, but the dispersion play, if done right, I mean, it can havoc the entire team line. And look at that, like I said, Crisis on his Natan is a force to deal with. And because of that, Team Eliminators, Crisis locking in on that Natan as the last pick. The draft has been completed. And do you think the CC will be working well here, though, Sarah? I'm really confused about the CC pick here.
CC here, in the early game at least, the Alot is the one who would be winning the lane against Mina. But then again, towards the late game, if that CC's ultimate manages to catch up Nathan and Alot together, or any of them together, she is going to deal a ton of damage with the War Axe true damage passive and the brute force movement speed. So considering that, towards the late game, it is going to be a good tool to melt out the Alot, who is, I believe, going to be going ahead with the Thunderbelt build. So he will be tanky enough, and the true damage is just going to melt him away along with the Grok. And then again, once the ultimate is used up on the Hayabusa, he is going to have a tough time using the shadows. So it's a balanced pick for now. Ruby in the roam though is slightly questionable considering there is a Grog, but look at that, everyone. We are already moving towards the Land of Dawn. Game 1 of the very grand finals, Eastern Edge Season 2, Lafu Kabi versus Eliminators. The pride of Manipur facing against each other in a best of 7. Let us see which team takes the lead.
Yup, and the junglers, both the junglers starting up with the red buffs. So that means they might be rotating to the opposite lanes, but yeah, that might not be the case as well because I have seen teams going the opposite lane after taking the buff. So we're not really sure of what the rotation will be from both sides. But as of now, we see a lot of poke being done onto that Grok there. The Grok taken down pretty low, but thanks to his passive, he will be able to regenerate some HP pretty soon.
Yes, and it's a pretty solid rotation coming in by the side of ET. And look at Saramon, who's already finished taking up his blue as well as red and is already rotating towards Lancelot's blue. They're going to invade up, and look at that, there's a possible team fight going on.
Yup, and look at that. The art is so low. His passive, I mean, he has to force out. Yeah, he will be forcing out that flicker because if not, he was just going to die there from the damage of the Lunox. I mean, the Ruby and the Lunox are a menace to deal with in the early game because of the passive which they get from their passive skills, and that is why he will be forced to flicker out. A very important resource burned. And on the other side, look at that. The Brendan has also, burned down his flicker as well. So a lot of flickers wasted already in the early game. And that means for the first turtle fight, I guess Grok will not have his flicker, so it might be, it might be a bad situation for him where he will, if he ends up in a bad situation, he will not be able to escape that.
And as we were saying that, look at that, ET's rotation is actually faster. Look at that lasting. The final slash has been used up by Suzumi. Zozo and Mina caught up very low in that team fight, but they're going to have their level 4s before the turtle. But look at that, he's just playing around in the jungle area. The red buff has been stolen away from Lycan.
Oh my god, Art is just creating havoc there in the enemy jungle for that Lancelot, and look at that, he will be taken down, though he will be punished for his actions. And right now the team fight going on, double kill already taken up by the light form being used as well to be able to survive, and Eliminators as well as the side of Team Lafu Kabi both will be losing three members each. But with that remains the turtle right now being untouched by both the teams in the third minute already. So yeah, both the teams looking to take those team fights early on, trying to gain that advantage. The Lancelot blue buff, the red buff was stolen, though that does give a little bit advantage to the side of Team Eliminators, as the Lancelot will be a bit behind on the EXP for now, and Hayabusa I guess will be looking to start the turtle.
Look at Art, look at Art. He's just walking around the Lancelot and the Louis like it's nothing but the Hayabusa using up his ultimate on Cake. Yeah, using his armor offended on the Lethal Wanderer for some lifesteal, but there is no use to it. This just means that Hayabusa is gonna have a much easier time at the turtle. Mina is there providing the vision he needs, but Suzumi is perfectly on his position. Look at that Yoyo's ultimate being used up. Suzumi trying to stun and deal some damage, but he's just going to have to run away. Final Slash was also wasted there, but that wasn't much of an issue for the side of Team Eliminators because they have already managed to secure a 1.5k goal lead, which is quite a lot under the 4-minute mark. Team Lafu needs to step up with their rotation. It is going a bit slower as compared to the side of Eliminators because that Grok, he is being an absolute menace to Lycan's jungle. The Lancelot early pick here was a bit of a mispick, especially against the Grok. But look at that, the Lancelot chasing down Art, but the wild charge connecting perfectly. Suzumi using up the stun, but will Art manage to escape again? Manages to flicker out of the situation. What a beautiful play coming out by Art.
Yep, of course. His name is Art, so he will be showing us some artistic skills on this map right now. But as we speak, we can see, Zozo is being taken down low, and Serad Moon will be able to secure the kill on Zozo's Louis there. In the top lane, though, Crisis taken down too low as well. Will he be able to escape? No, he will be going down as well. It is a trade 1-1, but the Hayabusa is still chasing down that Ruby. The Ruby is pretty low. I don't think she will be able to make it out alive. Yes, Serar Moon will be on that killing spree already. 3-0-2 for him. That is a Hayabusa which is looking unstoppable at the moment. I mean, look at that, the amount of damage they're dealing in the enemy jungle as well, creating havoc, not letting them farm. Oh my god, I mean, at this point, Lafu Kabi is just getting outplayed in their own area.
The chain CC by the final slash as well as the wild charge is what is making all that difference. Look at Hayabusa just recalling on Brendan's face, using up his overshadow ultimate after Brendan uses his light form. That was beautifully timed by Sir Rarmun, and that is how good he is on his heroes. Look at Suzumi using the final slash to clear up the minions. That's actually a pretty smart decision considering they would be looking to make a 5-man rotation towards the second turtle. The turtle is already up, and we can already see Team Eliminators moving towards it. They have a massive 9k goal lead, I believe,
Oh my
but
god.
that's a technical glitch also, if it's possible, I think. But the goal lead is definitely 3 to 4k by now. Art is once again playing around in Lycan's jungle, but Team Eliminators is there requiring whatever backup they need.
Yep, but just imagine what's happening right now. I mean, Team Lafu Kabi, Lafu Kabi is a good enough team to sustain these team fights. I mean, they are not able to do anything. Oh, but though right now, Link will be able to, secure that turtle, securing the retribution battle, winning that right there. But, his team members will be going down. He's the only one standing right now. Will he be able to make it out alive? I do not think it's possible. He's surrounded by 3 members. The only possible way for him to get out alive will be dying and recalling back, spawning back on that base, and entire Lafu Kabi team wiped out for that turtle there. My goodness, the amount of aggression, the gameplay which they're showing. I mean, it just reminds me of how Echo is playing these days in the MPL PH. I mean, they're just rotating in the enemy jungle and disrupting their farm, creating havoc for the enemy side, not letting them do what they want.
That shadow coming in by the Hayabusa on towards the Lance was such perfectly timed that Lance managed to waste up his first skill dash, trying to dash upon the Hayabusa. But looking at the top lane, that Luo is using the diversion play, but what's the use? Because Team Eliminators is absolutely wrecking havoc all over the map now. They are playing such beautifully. The sync is crazy. That Ruby, she has been unable to do anything as of now, and even Zozo is suffering on that Louis because of so much dive potential by the Arlot, the Grok, as well as the Hayabusa. That Hayabusa timing his ultimate so perfectly that Team Eliminators is so far ahead in their farm.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. They're just taking down the turrets, and look at the damage coming in from the Nathan. I mean, they are not even to take one or even one or two hits at the moment. They're just getting so low so fast, and that is not a good sign for them because they need to take in their damage. The frontliners need to tank the damage coming in from the damage dealers of the enemy side, or else it will not take much time for Hayabusa to dive in with that shadow and clear the backline as soon as he can. And yep, that is not possible because the farm lead. I mean, look at the farm lead. Is it a technical glitch or is it about to be 20k at the moment? I'm not sure about that. Look at that farm lead. Sarah, are you sure this is the farm lead or is this a technical glitch?
It's a technical glitch, but look at Lycan. He's trying to steal up the lot, but Sir Ramon will be the one securing the lot, and Lycan gets bursted out in less than a second by the damage coming out from Crisis and Sir Ramon. What a beautiful play. Lycan should not have risked that, especially when his team is at least 7 to 8k gold, which we can predict even. Yes, and as we were predicting, it's a 8k gold lead in favor of Team Eliminators. It's perfectly fixed now. And looking at the side of Lafu Kabi, they need to do a lot to stay alive in this match, which is going to be difficult because the Hayabusa is there. Oh, the armor front had been missed out by the Ruby, but the Hayabusa gets a chance to peek right back towards the back lane. The final slash game connecting, but look at that. You see his ultimate connecting on towards Suzumi, but Suzumi actually managed to survive for that long, chunking down K and the CC that low while playing under the inhibitor turret while having it shield up. That is such a beautiful teamwork and strategy coming out by the side of Eliminators.
Yep, and I mean, just look at the amount of damage which they are dealing already, and I mean, it's not even technically their fault because I mean, it's not the computer's fault there because I mean, anyone would be confused about the farm because of the amount of farm they're getting up so fast. I mean, the side of Team Eliminators, they're just taking the enemy jungle and they're doing it so fast. Their rotation is so quick. They are getting farmed up so quick. I mean, look at the amount of gold Serrar Moon has. Look at the amount of gold. Even their tank Art has. He's already at level 10. And yeah, because of that, the computer, I mean, the computer got glitched because of the amount of farm which they are doing, which is so quick. And it's not even possible, I guess. That is why the computer got glitched there and it was showing a bit different on the screen. But that just shows the amount of capability this team has to create havoc for any team which they're facing at the moment. So yeah, right now we're witnessing one of the best teams in India put up the best show for you guys. So yeah, make sure you like that stream and share the stream already because you don't want other people who play this game to miss out on the interesting game which we are watching right now. Team Eliminators just showing how good this is the peak moment of Indian MLBB. This is the epitome of the game, and that is why you guys need to share this stream as soon as you can because you don't want other people to miss out on the exciting opportunity to watch the best teams in India perform at the topmost level.
Yes, definitely. And looking at the map situation, the goal lead has increased to 10k. Art picking up on that radiant armor, and judging from the items, Bit and Crisis are already pretty much on the full build, which means that their damage potential is absolutely insane right now. This is a match just worthy of the grand finals of the Eastern Edge Season 2 because that is how good the entire production management and the capability of teams which has been showcased faced in this tournament. And looking back at the map, Serarmon is going to start up on the Lord, but they're going to actually wait up for the enhanced Lord at the 12-minute mark. He is going to be farming up, just keeping that goal lead in their favor. No mistakes being made. The lanes are being frozen, looking for a perfectly even sync with the next log, which means that they're looking for a game end. They do not want to let this game extend, even though they have the perfect late game potential. And that is exactly how a good team plays. The amount of experience Team Eliminators has shown.
Oh,
Starting,
look at that, look at that. The
yeah,
Lancelot
the
has been noticed.
enhanced.
But he has his dashes to escape there, though puncture will be used as well as the dash. And with that, he will be able to escape easily. But oh my god, I just got, my heart just stopped for a moment there. I thought the Lancelot was going to die.
Yes, it was actually a risky play by Lycan, but we have seen him do those risky plays throughout this match. Even in the towards the turtle and the first lord, he sacrificed himself quite a lot of times, and those 3 deaths were not for nothing. Team Lafu Kabi has been trying their best, and look at that, the lord is already marching on from the top lane. The minions are actually perfectly synced in the top and bot, and the mid lane minions are also going to be charging down. No inhibitor shield from the side of Lafu Kabi has those shields, so the lord is actually going to be enhanced and take away the top tier inhibitor perfectly well. And look at that, the inhibitor is already down. Louis is the only one defending the lord, while the side of Mina and Blyker are actually fighting on Suzumi. Suzumi is perfectly baiting out their skills, which isn't the best of decisions, I would say, Fredo.
Yep, and look at that. A lot of skills being used just to take down that lord. That means they do not have some skills available at the moment. Hayabusa Shadow being dealt with the most amount of precision, because the shadow's damage got dispersed onto the members, leaving Zozo alive. And look at that, the amount of damage they are dealing right now. Crisis on that Nathan with his ultimate entropy doing so much damage. Enemy not able to sustain. They are taken down. It's 5-man recalling with that liquid emote, I mean liquid recall. And look at that, just look at them. I mean, I'm speechless at this moment, because I'm just I'm just awestruck by the amount of with the type of gameplay which they showed. I mean, this deserves to be in the finals, man. This is the final of the Eastern Edge. I mean, where else can you watch this kind of stuff if not here? And love, Eliminators putting up such a show for us already. But we will not be will not be satisfied with that, because we really want to see Team Lafu Kabi doing the same thing in the next game. We want them also to fight back and show that they are worthy of this final spot. But what do you say, Sarah? Did Lafu Kabi will be able to make a comeback in the next game?
Lafu Kabi is a team who is definitely perfectly capable of making that comeback, which every one of us wants to see. Thousands of us viewers waiting for Lafu Kabi to make a comeback and compete with Eliminators just as perfectly. Eliminators, they have been on a roll ever since the Legends Unleashed tournament, defeating ABM, the year's worth of reigning champions, and now they are here to take out all possible tournaments. We will soon be back with the results screen, everyone. Please do not go anywhere.
Connection established. Connection established.
And everyone, we are back with the results of the first game in the grand finals of Eastern Edge Season 2. Team Eliminators played so perfectly well and secured the victory in Game 1 in just 14 minutes. Sararbon securing that MVP with a beautiful KD of 6-0-10. I do believe the highest damage was dealt out by Crisis and Bear. Those magic damage dealers were so perfectly well synced in this match. On the side of Lafu Kabi, Lunox tried her best along with Zozo. Those yin yang combinations were doing a lot, especially in the early game, but Ruby and Luoi's sync was just not well done enough to secure the game from the side of Lafu. Fredo, what do you have to add to this?
Well, I do think, them deciding to go with the Ruby as the roamer was a very, very big mistake because the Ruby, I do not think she does have that. She does have the crowd control, but the amount of tankiness that you get from a regular tank as compared to a Ruby is just not enough. And the sustain as well, I do not think the sustain is enough for the side, for the Ruby when she gets those tank items, because she really depends on the spell bam coming in from her items and her emblems. So that is why I guess, in the Rome section the Grok was able to completely dominate, because the Ruby is really reliant on her crowd control skills. That means that the Grok just able to do menace in the jungle, disturb without any problem because of the immune coming in from his passive. And yeah, with that, the MVP, of course, we all know it is Serar Moon, one of the best junglers in the country at the moment. 10.9 his KDA, gold of 10,000, completely completing, almost completing his items. Look at that. The Sky Piercer, though, I mean, look at the, just imagine the amount of stacks he will be having. I mean, of course, if those assists also, went into the kills. And yep, that will be it, I guess, for the first match of the day. We will be, expecting the other team to be coming back. And right now, we will be passing on the mic on to the next people. But before that, this screen right here. I mean, look at that. Sarah, what do you have to say about this Lafu Kabi Eliminators? Do you think Lafu Kabi will be able to make a comeback?
I do have the faith in Lafu Kabi. These are two very good teams hailing from Manipur, so Team Lafu just has equal amount of potential to do the comeback. But then again, we will be moving towards game number 2 without any delay. We will be passing the mic towards your favorite Asuya and Sebastian. Moving on towards the draft phase, this is Sarah and Fredo taking your leave.
And thank you so much, Fredo and Sarah, for that amazing casting. At the same time, I am so happy to be here today because this will be the second game between the top tier squads of India in the existing day. I am your caster, Asuya, and joining me is another brilliant caster, Sebastian. So, Sebastian, how are you today?
I'm really, really excited. I'm so excited. I watched the first match and I was just dominated. Like the domination that the Eliminators were giving up on the Lafu Kabi was just too much to handle for me. I had to stop halfway because it was kind of a little bit embarrassing to watch as the way they were dominating the battlefield. It was a little too much to handle. What do you think about that?
Well, I completely agree with you. There was absolute domination coming from the side of ET. I extremely loved, how that Grog invaded the jungle. He kept on
Exactly.
literally irritating that Lancelot. Oh my god, what an utter absolute domination. So, anyways, moving on to the bands. What do you think, Sebastian? Will we see the same standard bands or will there be some respect bands incoming?
I think personally here there are gonna be some changes here because looking at that, the both the teams here they're very versatile in picks, as we have seen in the previous matches that they have played. They are very very versatile, and I think they can play almost every hero in every lane that they can dominate. So here, upcoming here, even though the Thamus has been, sorry, the Hylos has been not really picked right now with the new meta. Lafu Kabui has decided to ban Hylos because the Eliminators can definitely cook up some magic here with the Hylos as well. And trying to nerf up on Lafu Kabi, the Eliminators have banned out Vixana and the Edith as well. What do you think about that, Asuya?
Well, absolutely. Edit is a must ban unless, there is a Lolita open, or because Edit only has mostly two counters. One can be that Lolita, as I mentioned before, and the other is complete CC coming from mages like Aurora. So, yeah, a very,
Indeed.
very monstrous pick, especially towards the late game, and an absolute ban worthy pick there. At the same time, we see a Phobius and a Hayabusa ban also incoming. Well, makes sense, don't you think so? Especially that Phobius, the monster he is.
Exactly. I agree with you exactly. And the Eliminators have once proven again why the Hayabusa is a must ban, especially on a really high ranked up game like this right now. Look at that. The total domination that he can bring onto the jungle lane is proven to be a little too strong, in fact. So that is going to be a good ban coming in from Eliminators because they're going to be able to pick up a new jungler as well while also leaving Lafu Kabi into a limited set of heroes to pick.
Well, I
And coming up with
absolutely.
that, coming up with that, look at that. The Eliminators have picked the Ling, the hero that is probably the most picked for a hyper. And I think probably the most high risk and high reward hero that ML has probably ever created in the entire game. What do you think about it?
Yes, absolutely. That Ling is a, absolute menace, especially to the backliners like the mage or
Hmm.
the marksman when he is picked up. Because, the Lafukabi now, maybe they need to pick up that Kufra or that Minsitar to counter that Ling. Or they even need, some heroes which can lock on to that Ling because
I agree.
absolute domination could be seen coming from him otherwise. So at the same time, we see at Harlot and the Grok has been picked. Oh my god, Sebastian, I am telling you, I have watched Lafukabi so many times in so many tournaments, and Grok is one of the best picks out there. Don't you think so?
I agree with you as well. They can really do some like really heavy damage, especially if they play the heroes that they are very much comfortable with. So I can tell that Lafu Kabi here are probably coming in for a comeback, and I really want to see that comeback that we are being promised with because this is once again the finals. So it is going to be a pretty huge like there's going to be so much stress on both the teams right here because if they lose in the draft, they are going to lose the entire game as well.
Well, at the same time, we see a Ruby has been traded off. She is such a good pick right here because she can catch those mobile assassins. Like, just look at Lafukabi. They have picked up that Fanny. Oh my god, that Brandon, that lighting on that Fanny. Oh, she is such a brilliant pick. But at the same time, I think that Ruby will be able to lock her down for quite some times. So I think it is a pretty good trade off between the two EXP laners. Don't you think so, Sebastian?
I agree with you exactly. And looking at that, I think Lafu Kabi are going in with the previous draft of what the Eliminators did because they're going in with the Arlot and the Grok pick just as the Eliminators had done before. And as you said before, Lafu Kabi, they learn from their mistakes and their adjustments are really good as well. So looking at that, I think maybe in this round, the Eliminators can be into a big trouble. So we are just yet to experience that right now.
At the same time, I see a Valentina pick right there. She is such a good pick
Mhm,
here. She can copy that Arlot's ultimate. Even Grok's wild charge can be copied, and she could be a
mhm.
turning point in the entire gangs. Don't you think so?
I agree with you as well because Valentina is the probably the counter pick for almost every hero. I personally say that because of her stun and the whenever there's a hero that is higher level than her, she just takes away the EXP as well and takes it on her own and just she just grows back into the meta again. So I think this is going to be a wonderful pick, as you've said before, coming in from Eliminators.
But just look at that, Eliminators. They have banned up that Aurora. They have banned up that Vexana, two of the deadliest mages in this meta. At the same
Hmm.
time, I see a Terizla ban happening. Well, that is to be expected, but I didn't think that they would go for a Khalid there. Why do you think that Khalid has been banned here, Sebastian?
Khalid, he's probably his burst, I'd say, especially with the assassin build that they've recently given him, I think that is definitely what is going to be the very most troublesome coming in from eliminators, because again, once again, their EXP lane or their roam is very, very strong. And coming in, I think I wanted to see one player from the eliminators, the one who played the Kufra. Kimmy, yeah, the player's name was Kimmy. I really wanted to see that his Kufra again. Sadly, I don't think we will be experiencing that. I think maybe some of y'all will remember, especially watching the Eliminators. They really absolutely dominated against ABM and with the Kufra as well. So coming in with Zozo, the Lunox pick. What do you think about her?
I think like Lunox could be a game changer right here because I think she will most probably going to the gold lane, or we don't know, maybe they will go to the mid lane. It can be anything of the two, but Lunox is such a good mage at this point. She can just escape with her brilliance ultimate, not to mention the chaos assault draining down all that HP. And especially if you have the tanky picks, just look at the eliminators. They have the Jawhead, they have the Lapu Lapu, they have that Ruby, and Lunox can be such a good damage dealer to these tanky heroes. Don't you think so, Sebastian?
I agree with you as well. Her with the Divine Glaive, her chaos power is going to be a little too much to handle, especially if they do not have that counter pick to go. And I think we're going to see Cyrus in the goal lane with Ruby, because I think Lapu Lapu is going to be such a wonderful hero here, going in for the Arlet because he has that CC immune from his ultimate, and it also has 3 phases, so his CC immune is quite long, I'd say. So, what do you think about that?
Well, I completely agree with you. At the same time, I haven't seen Lapu Lapu being picked in many of the tournaments, but we all know that how OP he can be, especially with that life steal coming from his skills. He can sustain a lot. So I think, he is one of those heroes who needs that stun lock for some time to be taken down completely. But at the same time, we see Alice, she, after the buff she recently received, she has gone up in rank, she has gone up in pick rate, like she is absolutely dominating the gold lane. So I am not sure that will this, Alice be going to the gold lane, or will she be the mid laner here? What do you think, Sebastian?
I think this is very versatile picks coming in from Lafu Kabi, but I think so. The Lunox will be going into the gold lane because I think maybe Alice won't really have that much damage in the early game to sustain out against the Ruby. So the light of dawn coming in from Lunox is going to be helping her sustain all that life steal and all that damage, which will be proven quite useless if the Ruby is definitely farmed in the gold lane. And with that, we are in the loading screen and the buffs are being taken in. Welcome everyone to the Land of Dawn. We are going in on the second round of the best of 7 matches. So Asuya, what do you think about this?
Well, Sebastian, if you ask me, Lycan is pretty good on that Fanny. It's one of his signature picks, so I can, expect a snowball incoming from that Fanny. At the same time, we see that Grok and the Lunox trying to invade that buff, but and like I mentioned, that Alice has gone to the gold lane while Lunox has been picked up for the mid lane, and that little contesting going on for the little wanderer there.
They're going in really strong. Lafu Kabi learning from their mistakes on the first round. They're going in with the Grok to try and lower up the Ling's farm because then again in the level 4 he's going to be outshining Fanny on the damage, unless Lycan, as we've said before, he's really good, so he's definitely going to be able to outspeed the Ling as well. But look at that, I think maybe Lapu is trying to get, no, there's no match, and I think he's going to recall he's kind of provoking the Lafu Kabi a little bit here. So look
Well,
at that.
If you ask me, I really love both the drafts from this match. At the same time, we see that Fanny trying to go in. Just look at that Ling recalling on her face. Oh my god. Like, both the drafts are pretty good at this point. We cannot say that who will win or what will happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, we just need to wait and see as the turtle spawns. I think there will be a small fight in the top lane, Sebastian.
Oh, there's definitely going to be a fight because look at that. Lunox has gone in with the Valentina to make sure that they get that level 4 for Lapu Lapu. And look at that. He's going to be, as I've said before, he needed that level 4 to really dish out that damage and prevent the Lafu Kabi from going into the turtle. And look at that. I think Mina is going down. And yes, she does go down. And the first blood goes to Serar. Wonderful.
Sebastian, like, just we saw that Fanny wasn't there when the turtle was up, and like ET has such a good rotation. We saw that even in the previous game, and I think that Jawhead will try to pop up that buff from her, but no, he just retreats. But I see that Grok in a bad position, and Fanny also trying to enter, like, and his ultimate, Mina's ultimate, just missing onto 3 people right there. Oh my god, Sebastian, please take it up.
I think here the first turtle was probably not taken because even then again it's really low in the early game. But look at that! I think Art is in trouble, but no, he'll be able to escape barely. And Crisis is going in and rotating in the mid lane to get Zozo. I think, and will they be able to get it? And the bid from Eliminators does take down once again. And look at that! I think Brendan is in trouble, and he does go down to Serar Moon. Wonderful rotations coming in from ultimates. Wonderful.
Well, I really love how ET is rotating and how they are ganking all together, because at the same time, I do not understand, because I have seen Lafu Kabi playing pretty aggressive, pretty well in the previous game. I don't understand, is there something wrong with them right now? Because I don't see that same spark. I do not see that same, ganking and everything which is coming, and that Lunox is in a precarious position. I think that Ling will be trying to take her down, but no, they just... Oh my god, just look at that ED trying to dish out that damage even in the early game, and the Jawhead is again low in HP, but I think they should just retreat at this point as the next turtle is about to spawn.
Looking at the team compositions, Eliminators, ETS, they are going in and focusing more on the EXP lane, because then again the EXP lanes are the second tanks of the game. So if they are really well farmed and decent enough to dish out that damage, not only dish out the damage but also sustain all the damage that they are going to be receiving, that is going to be a true match coming in from a true EXP fighter as well. And look at that, I think Fanny is in trouble, but she uses her cables to escape, and I think Suzumi is in trouble. I'm not sure. And look at Mina, she barely escapes.
Well, absolutely,
Oh
there
God.
was pretty good ganking coming again from the side of ET, and I think they're even trying to, like, just look at the domination. And I even see that the bot lane has also been completely taken away, and just look at that Alice, she is too inside, but oh my god, I think she will be in a precarious position right there. But look at the damage coming from that Valentina, but I think she will successfully escape. And Jawhead trying to go inside the turret. Will that Lunox be taken down again? But no, instead that turret takes down that Jawhead. They just surviving in barely minimum 1 HP, Sebastian.
As I've said before, I think Lafu Kabi should have made the Lunox gone in the gold lane, because look at that, Lunox can barely survive against Valentina right now. The Alice as well, she's having trouble against Ruby, against Crisis, and looking at it before, you can see that he is a really good gold laner, and every gold lane hero, he does master it. And look at that, I think the blue buff is also in trouble. Suzumi is in trouble, but he does use his ultimate to get away from all that CC. And look at that, the flicker coming in. Bid is going in to make sure that, I think he's trying to get the ultimate of Grok, but no, they will be barely escaping that. And Lunox using her light to get away from Art and Suzumi. I think the turtle will once again go to the eliminators. What do you think about that gank, Asuya?
Well, that was a pretty good gank. At the same time, I see that Joy throwing that Arlot away. He is in precarious position, but he dives in again and getting all that life steal. But I think he will be taking down with Valentina, but no, he just flickers away. Oh my god. And just look at that, Sebastian. Just look at the bot lane. Two of the turrets are already down from the side of Lafu Kabi. And just look at that gold lead which is coming from the side of ET. They are literally dominating the entire map. They are taking all the neutral objectives because I haven't seen that Fanny take even a single turtle at this point.
He's trying his best. Lycan is really trying his best to farm up here as well, so we can't really blame him here. But looking at the team, they really need to check out and rotate as much as they can. And look at that, Serar is just recalling on the ultimate and cabling coming in from Fanny in an attempt to kill him. But look at that, I think the top lane of Lafu Kabi is going down as well, and they do. Look at that, the rotations coming in from both the side laners is really wonderful to see here. And look at that, Art is trying to make sure that the Fanny does not get his buff once again. And the retribution going in. Fanny does get her purple, but look at that. I think the Lunox is in trouble once again. The ultimate coming in from Serar. Will he be able to come? I think Fanny is in trouble, and she does go down from Valentina. That second skill of hers is so painful. Seriously.
The synergy coming from ET is so beautiful to watch. Their ganks are so beautiful. Their rotation is so good. I am extremely loving, how that I am offended, and at the same time that Arlot is followed up by that damage from that Valentina. She is so fed. She is dealing so much damage, draining, almost more than half of the HP. Just look at that damage coming.
Wow. Look at the Ruby. She even the anti-heal isn't working on Ruby with the amount of gold she has and the items as well. Look at that. They're just going in and turret diving right now. Look at that. Art barely saves Bit from the Fanny, but I think Fanny does not have the amount of damage needed to kill a hero. But I think, whoa, that is a beautiful ultimate coming in from Bid there. He stole Zozo's ultimate just so that she could be able to escape. And look at that. Look at Crisis. He's also poking in as well.
And at
Lafu
the same
Kabi
time,
is in trouble.
well, I did see that Jawhead throwing that Arlot away while he escapes in 1 HP, and I see they're trying to take that blue buff again from that Fanny, and yes, she will be denied. Oh my god, what a beautiful gameplay coming from the side of ET, because I am seeing that, Fanny either needs someone to lock down to her, or you just need to deny her blue buffs, and that's what ET is doing. And Fanny, she is trying to split push, because I think that's the only hope left for Lafu Kabi at this point. Don't you think so, Sebastian?
I agree with you, Asuya. Look at that. The first Lord is slain even before 10 minutes is done. Look at that, Asuya. What do you think? I just need to know your opinion. What do you think about their domination right now from the ETS right now?
Well, absolute domination, and just as I mentioned before, because as I said, they're not able to do anything. That's how immaculate that teamwork of ET is. Just look at that Fanny. She is trying to split push, but I think she should just go back because she doesn't even have her blue buff and she doesn't have that damage. Just look at that Lapu Lapu, the amount of life steal he has. Even if Fanny is dealing some damage, the HP just comes right back in.
Lafu Kabi are in trouble here, but they will be able to make a comeback here if they use that Lord efficiently, even though it is against them. And look at that, they're trying their best to defend their tower, but look at Art throwing in the Lunox to make sure that she does not dish out any damage. Suzumi going in with the ultimate because he is immune, and look at the Link going in and making sure that he is dishing out all that damage as well. The turret does go down, and Suzumi does go down once again to Lycan. And look at the cables coming in, but she does not have enough energy, and I think Brendan is in trouble, but Crisis barely escapes the second skill of Alice, but I think she does go down to Bid and Crisis as well. They do not have minions to end the game, but look at that, they're trying to force their Fanny to come out, and I think this will be an easy win coming in again by Eliminators.
Well, absolutely. Just look at the entire map. There only one inhibitor turret remains, and they are struggling to defend their base. Fanny doesn't have that blue buff. She is not able to dish out that damage because the core lead is so much at this point. The life
Mhm.
steal coming from Eliminators is absolutely a menace for that Fanny. Like if you pick a Fanny, your priority targets need to be the mages, like that Lunox, but sorry, that Valentina, but she just heals back up before she can even do anything to her.
I agree with you. It's really painful to watch that Fanny has literally no damage from no farms at all. She does not even have her blue buff as well. Looking at Art, he's marking in on Zozo and forcing him to use his ultimate so that Serrar can go in with his Blade of Tempest, and look at that. And I think Suzumi is going in with his ultimate and he's in trouble, but look at that sustain coming in from Suzumi. He will once again survive all of that damage. The Arlet is trying to go in, dish out as much damage as he can so that Fanny will be able to kill them. But look at Serrar, he's recalling on Lycan because he failed to kill Lycan as well. My gosh, look at that. That is total domination right there.
And I think this game too will be taken away by Eliminators. Just look at how they're just going down. That HP is draining down. And ladies and gentlemen, the victory goes to ET Eliminators. They have taken the second game as well. But don't worry, the third game, maybe we could see a comeback coming from the side of Lafu Kabi. So stay tuned as we go for a short break till the victory screen comes back up.
Connection established. Connection established. Connection established. established. Connection established. Connection established. Connection established. Connection established.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here back to the MVP screen, the result screen, and as we can see, just look at that absolute domination coming from the side of Eliminators. Just look at Serrar with that KD of 915 and 10.4, the way he was using his Tempest of Blades. And taking down the low HP was complete domination, especially, that heal coming on, especially towards the end, like when he took down that Fanny. That was an iconic moment. And at the same time, I see how useful, that Valentina had been, because the way she was dealing out so much damage was insane. So, Sebastian, what is your analysis of this game?
Personally, here I'd say Arts is the MVP here because he was baiting out not only Zozo but Brendan to dash out and Zozo to waste his light skill as well, leaving Serrar to just go in for the kills. So that is such wonderful roaming coming in from Art. My gosh. What do you think about that? Look at that. Serrar with the highest gold of 11,442 with a KDA of 915. Once again, he gets the MVP. He shows that he is the MVP of the match, not only controlling the jungling, but also making sure that he deals with the backline to guarantee his team the win. So, Asuya, what are your thoughts?
Well, just as I said before, I really loved how that Ling was securing all the objectives, securing all the low
Hmm.
HP kills, and yes, he deserves that MVP. But at the same time, I really loved that Valentina too. What a great support
I
coming from her.
agree.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is the last, maybe the last match. I don't know if Lafu Kabi can get a comeback. We need to just stay tuned and watch. But at the same time, I will be signing off for this game. So I welcome another brilliant caster, Ray, at my stead.
Hello, Ray. How are you today, right now? I think Ray will be joining us. Oh, hello. Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the third round of the grand finale of Eastern Edge Esports Season 2. And coming here with me in the casters is Ray. Welcome, Ray. How are you?
I am doing absolutely fine because I am so excited to witness and cast for this game between Lafu Kabi and the Eliminators. It is the grand finale and the best of seven, and two games have already gone to the side of Team Eliminators, who have just shown their dominance and why they are one of India's top teams. Not to mention the Sarar Moon getting MVP twice on both assassins. So I think both assassins will be banned out from the side of Team Lafu Kabi this time. So let's see what strategies they will be going for this time instead, or they will be picking on to the same heroes. What do you think, Sebastian?
My gosh, I agree with you so much here. And look at that. Looking at the eliminators, they always ban the jungler that they've picked so that they won't be able to counteract what heroes that they are going to pick. So look at that. I think the ETS are playing mind games on Lafu Kabi right now. And once again, before I say anything more, I just want to say that both teams are doing exceptionally well to get into the finals, especially. So let's show them some love. Let's show both of them some love. What do you think about that?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Both teams have made it on to grand finales. This is Eastern Edge after all. There were so many India's top teams competing. I mean, we just had our semifinals where both teams, had to face off against ABM and so likes, and they are just the best to reach the finalists. So they are both amazing teams. And the viewers, please show your support for both of the teams, not just the team you're supporting. And let's witness a great game coming on from both sides. Let's see if the Eliminators will be able to take another victory on their name, doing a sweep from their side, or it might be denied, and Lafu Kabi might be able to get this victory. The draft phase is still going on, and we are seeing the meta bans coming in. At this point, you can't really do respect bans because even if you do it, there are so many options available. The best of the best can use any heroes. So let's see what they will be going for as the first pick is coming in from the side of Lafu Kabi.
Looking at Lafu Kabi, they are really, really versatile. I've said it before. They know what to pick, they know who to pick, and they know when to pick. So the thing is, the Eliminators, they are really dominant, not only in the drafting, but in the gameplay as well. They have shown in the last two rounds of the grand finale as well, coming in with Sirar as the MVP and Art going in for the Roamer once again. And look at that. I think Mina will be going in for the Edith. The Edith is such a strong pick. What do you think about that, Ray?
Absolutely. Edith and her primal wrath, that defense to magic conversion ratio, it's just really amazing, especially after the recent buff that she received that fixed the issue that she had to convert the defense to magic. She is really, really strong right now. So it is very understandable why she is picked from the side of Team Lafukabi. Again, she is overall a really, really great pick. And Mina would be going for the EXP. Meanwhile, Sarah Moon immediately locking on that werewolf, the Roger from the side of Team the Eliminators, not to mention the Grok. The Grok making a comeback after so many seasons of lying dormant on the pro scenes. It is really happy to see. And you can, analyze what is Team Lafokabe cooking up with a double mage pick again.
The Harith is going to be such an annoying hero, especially for Roger, if he does have that vengeance and in the goal lane as well, because you can use Harith in the gold lane. Not only in the gold lane, you can use him as a hyper. You can also use him in the mid lane. So he is a very versatile hero. And the Zozo with the Valentina pick. Wow, that is wonderful. And the Suzumi once again going in for the Ruby. Maybe Ruby will be going to the EXP lane because Crisis will now pick a proper marksman. We do not know yet, but look at that. The teams are coming in really, really strong with their picks. And look at that. Xborg has been banned out by ETS because look at KK is really strong with Xborg as well. And the Arlot ban coming in from Lafukabi. They have been really, really strong. The Eliminators, especially Suzumi, he is showing that he is the dominator of all the EXP heroes right now. So he is showing that, if you don't ban Arlot, it's going to be an easy pick for me because he plays every single match right now. So look at that. I think ban is coming in from Eliminators for Team Lafukabi. So, Ray, do you think that Lafu Kabi can make a comeback here into a 2-1?
Yes, and I'm really curious what they will be going for. And I see quite of an odd but well understandable ban coming in from the side of Team Lafokabi. It is the Terizla from their side, and I do hope to see Team Lafokabi making a comeback this game because only that way the game stays on interesting. I mean, the sweep would be amazing to see from the side of the Eliminators, but if Lafukabi is able to spice things up by making a comeback, it would be really, really amazing to see. Oh, we see the Angela coming in, the Roger Angela from the side of Team Eliminators. What do you think of it? Because the Roger will be, not just the hyper, he will be the funnel of the team, the Eliminators. Sarah Moon onto that Roger locking in, and the Angela supporting him as well.
Well, Ray, I agree with you. Serrar is such a strong retribution user. So look at that. I think Bid is going to do such a wonderful job with Roger, as not only does she heal, she can also increase the movement speed. That means that chasing down heroes is going to be such an easy thing for Roger to do. And look at that, Lafu Kabi coming in with the Nolan from Lycan as well, and the Matilda by K, and Crisis have chosen Alice. That is, I think maybe they were trying to go for a marksman, but I think Roger is also a half marksman, so he does have that marksman damage in the end. So they're gonna go in for a really tanky lineup here once again. But look at that. I think Lafu Kabi here, they have a shot at making it back. Once again, a comeback coming in from Lafu Kabi is going to be really uh, painstaking effort to see here, especially by ETS, because they have already won two. So if they win this last one, they're going to be taking the trophy home. And look at that coming in. We are in the Land of Dawn for maybe possibly the final round. And look at that. I think they're starting in both with their red buffs as well. So personally, what do you think about that? Ray?
Yes, I think both of the teams have really solid drafts, and not to mention the goal lane Alice. She is now trending on the meta right now, not on the pro scenes,
Mhm.
but even in ranked games. Like everybody has suddenly again understood the potential that the Alice can bring. She is, weak, just like a marksman in the early phase, but she is
Mhm.
exceptionally a monster in the late phases, just like a marksman. So going into the goal lane does make sense. And one of the most funniest as well as beautiful thing that Alice has done, if you remember 10 seasons ago, Alice was an EXP lane, then she was played as the jungler, then as the mid lane,
I
and now
agree.
she is finally fulfill the full life cycle, and she has went into the goal lane right now. And I think both teams will just be playing it safe because they do not want to cause any missing cages, and they will probably be waiting for the turtle to do a proper engage. What do you think, Sebastian?
I agree with you. I very much agree with you here. But I think we have a situation in the comments section. They are being a little toxic right now, but remember, guys, games are games. We should not take in personal stuff into it. This is what brings people in. This is what brings together a community of teenagers and adults as well, because we are going in and playing the same game everyone loves right now. And look at that. Eliminators are coming in strong with a 400 goal lead right now. And look at that, the Roger is starting in the first turtle, and I think ETS will be taking that first turtle unless Lycan is going in for the retribution. But no, he does have to go use his retribution, so R does not steal that. And look at Angela and Roger going in for the Edith, and she uses her ultimate. Nina uses her ultimate, and will he be able to escape? No, Nolan gets the first blood on Suzumi, and Art barely escapes using that ultimate of his to escape. And they have to go back now because Brendan and his ultimate and on Harith is too strong. And look at that, the provocations coming in from Serrar. He is recalling on their face, and Bit you barely escapes Brendan and Lycan there with the use of Flicker. And look at Crisis, he's taking that advantage to gather up all that gold for ETS right now, and Grok is also going in to making sure that Harith does not go back and rotate back to his lane. And look at that, that is wonderful roaming coming in from Art once again. This is
Yes,
the beauty
absolutely.
of roam.
Look at Ark. He's just really making. Oh, I think he was just way too deep onto the enemy lines, and I think Lycan was like, "No, I've had enough, and I will punish you for giving so much vision to your team." And he was taken down. Another kill onto the arsenal of Team Lafu Kabi. And you know what? despite the turtle being taken down by team the Eliminators, the rotation coming in from that height was beautiful. Oh, Lycan might be going in for a kill onto Angela, but it was actually an Uno reverse. The Angela healing inside the
I
turret
agree.
and was able to take down the Matilda.
Hmm.
A really negative trade coming in, and I think Lycan will also be punished for that trade as Angela jumps on to that Roger. Roger is really, really hungry. The wolf wants more meat, and he will take down the Edith as well. Oh my god, is Roger trying to go in for another kill? No, I think he will just be playing it safe and try to get the red buff. But Ruby is really impatient, and she gives another kill through that Roger. Oh my god, Sarah Moon just really going ham with that wolf on his team. The Roger really dominating onto the side of Team Lafu Kabi right now as the second turtle has already spawned. Lycan being forced to use the retribution, and I think it will be another uncontested turtle to the side of Team the Eliminators.
Oh my gosh, look at that bit barely escapes the Nolan's ultimate. And once again, you can see here that Sirar is showing who is dominating the jungler, who is gonna dominate the jungle lane as well. Look at Lycan, he is giving Lycan no choice with the 3-0-0 right now. And look at Suzumi, he's keeping the Edith away, and the second turtle once again goes down to the ETS once more. Look at Harith, look at that, I think Lafu Kabi is going to be in trouble because Crisis has a lot of gold with no death as well. They have almost a 2k lead right now, and my gosh, look at that. The roaming coming in from Art is doing such a wonderful job. As I've said before, the beauty of roam, they are the reason that many games are won. A perfect ultimate placement or perfect callouts coming in from the roamers are what gonna be the perfect situations here. And look at that, as I've said before, Art, the ultimate coming in from Art stuns two people, and Sirar takes advantage of Art's ultimate and goes down to get a triple kill coming in from the ETS. Once again, they are in trouble. The gold lane, the gold difference is going back up to 4,000 once more. Lafu Kabi has really good picks here in my terms, but like, look at that. The ETS, they are really dominating even with such good picks as well. They do not have much counters, but Art with his ultimate is able to take down quickly.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, I think this Suzumi made a little bit of a misplay and he was taken down on the top lane, but that won't be that much of an issue for the side of team, the Eliminators, who are just dominating way too much. Just like you said, they have a 5k goal lead on against Team Lafu Kabi right now, especially Sarah Moon on that Roger just being a complete menace. Oh, Grok was taken down because of a little bit of overextension coming in from the side of the Eliminators, but I think they will just be backing off. One of the most hilarious things about this game is that Roger's skill is called a Lycan Pounce, and he's taken down Lycan with a Lycan Pounce. Really funny wordplay going in. Oh, the Alice has the Angela ultimate on top of her, and I think she's trying to play aggressive, but oh no, Edith would have been taken down, but a complete Uno reverse coming in, and Lycan actually takes down Suzumi again. I think Suzumi, well, he is doing very well with the I am offended, but I think he just needs to watch out a little bit because he is being taken down quite a lot. And at the same time, he is the EXP laner, so dying for his team is not that big much of an issue, but giving out these kills might, prove fatal as, oh my god, oh, no, it is again Sarah Moon onto that perfect retribution as he is able to take down the turtle onto himself despite Lycan being present there, and he is going ham. Look at those recalls coming in, TLPH recall, the horse one, the bodybuilder one. It is so hilarious to see. Look at it, the recall cons coming in. It is so funny. Anyways, looks like the Eliminators are just so dominating. They are not giving any opportunities. They are not giving any room to breathe to the side of Team Lafu Kabi, who are really struggling right now. Despite taking down a few kills, they are not, I think Yes, Suzumi with a little bit of an odd position coming in. What is Seramo doing? Oh my god, he's on to the Nexus, and I think he will be shut down. Oh my god, I think that was a little bit of a miscommunication with Suzumi and Seramoon, and unfortunately, that is a shutdown. But that, the shutdown will give the bounty to the side of Team Lafu Kabi, and they have a chance of making a comeback as to prioritize those blunders that the Eliminators have made. What do you think? Would that bounty help Team Lafu Kabi right now as we see an engage happening in, and that Alice being taken down as well? I think, the Roger doing that blunder might kind of cost them this game because Team Lafu Kabi is getting back onto that tempo as they're proceeding onto that mid lane.
As I've said before, Shirar is so good with his retributions. Look at that. Even though he got stunned by Batilda, he still got the turtle again. Even though the blunder was made, I think there's literally not much of a difference. But look at Lafu Kabi. They're going in strong, making sure that they close that gap on the gold lane as quick as the gold difference as quick as possible. I think Art is in trouble, and Zozo does take Art's ultimate as well. And look at that. I think Mina is in trouble, but Sirar will retreat, and they have to do something here. They really need to end it early because late game is going to be a problem with Zozo using the Valentina. And look at Brendan. I think he's stuck there a little bit. The bot lane is in trouble for Lafu Kabi here, and the turtle is open. The Lord is open as well. Look at Art. He's giving vision once again, but look at that. The ultimate coming in from Angela barely saves Crisis on his Alice, and look at that. As I've said before, he has so much gold. He has the items to survive, and with Angela's ultimate, he's able to survive that 4-man gang on Alice.
No. Are we going to be seeing game number 3 won by the Eliminators? Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, this is game number 3 won by the Eliminators. Oh my god, what a domination from the side of Team Sailor Moon. We'll be back
This is
with the results soon. And what's your analysis anyways?
Connection established. Connection established. established. Connection established. Connection established.
Welcome back, everyone. And this is the result screen for match number three, the grand finale between these two formidable teams, the Eliminators and Lafu Kabi. And what a beautiful gameplay from the Eliminators, three times in a row. Oh my god, the Serar Moon on his retribution on that jungler, just dominating the side of Lafu Kabi so much. This time, he did not even give them a single opportunity to make a single comeback. They ended before the Luminous Lord. What a beautiful domination from their side, really showing why he's such, one of India's top junglers on that Roger, not to mention Bid on that Angela as well, supporting him all the times. And Crisis on that Alice as well, just not giving a single opportunity against the side of Team Lavogabi. They tried their best, but they did not have a single opportunity to make comeback. All their kills are honestly, it's just an overextension from the side of Team the Eliminators. As we will move on to the MVP screen, it is Serar Moon again. Oh my god, this fella, he got MVP twice, sorry, thrice in a row with the jungler. Oh my god, look at him. Despite a game being in a shorter, he still has the 10,000 gold quite on and 10 kills under his name. What a beast of a player, and using a beast himself, the MVP again. And I think we will be heading on to the bracket screen soon, as I will be signing off, and two beautiful voices will be joining you for game number four between these two teams. It will be Peachy and Asuya. So, anyways, I'll be signing off right now as the bracket screen comes in. It is the grand finale between Team Lafukabi and Team The Eliminators.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. We are already into the grand final. The stage is all set for both of the teams to battle it out for the position, for the title, the crown, the big, big title of the winner of Eastern Edge Season 2. Who you guys are rooting for? This is Peachy on the casting deck today, and along with me, it will be Asuya. Hello, Asuya.
PG, I am pretty excited to be back. I did cast the second match of this tournament. At the same time, I am seeing that how Eliminators are completely dominating the entire game. It's 3-0 right now. So, PG, what do you think? Well, the fourth game will also be taken away by the Eliminators, or will we see Lafukabi getting a comeback here?
From the side of Lafu Kabi, the redemption arc should be setting in because this is a very, very crucial match for both of the teams. Because if Eliminators actually have the upper hand and they win this out, they will be crowned as the winners of Eastern Edge Season 2. But on the other hand, if Team Lafu Kabi can actually win this, that is highly possible. I am rooting for them because this match was, the last match, there were some mistakes coming in, from both the sides, I have to say, because we did see Eliminators having a overtime extended as well into some team fights, so they were paying those prices. But there we go. The bans are all setting in. Let's dive into the draft, Asuya.
Well, yes, we can see, those standard bans incoming. Just look at that Vexana. We all know how deadly of a mage she is with her chain CC and the way she provides, all that damage, especially in the late game. Her fast lane clearing abilities. She can literally, roam the entire map pretty fast. So, yeah, a pretty good ban there. And at the same time, we did see a Ling, you know, unleashing utter devastation into the land of dawn. And yes, so he has also been banned. At the same time, we see an edit and a Hylos ban incoming. So what do you think, Peachy would be the next bans here? Will there be some respect bans incoming?
I really think the respect band should be pouring in from the side of team Lafu Kabi right now, because in the last match, the Roger, he was the beast. He was the hunter of the game. He did secure the MVP three times in a row. That is how a jungler. That is how Serral Moon is so strong. On the other hand, his heroes are being kind of pulled off. We all know how Serral Moon is the beast onto that link. He plays the link so swiftly that us casters can actually not catch him. He is that fast. With that, the respect band coming in, and even on both the side, Zozo's Vexana is also banned as well. On the other hand, I'm looking at a Harrod band, that is the gold laner band. Yes, that is good band, because once the Harrod does gets farm with the items, Stallion Sight or even the core items that he needs, he will be just unstoppable. And the unlimited dash that he gets on the Zaman Force, oh my god, cherry on top. On the other hand, I am looking at a Phobius ban as well. We all know how Phobius was revamped into the recent dates, and how he is actually managing to 1v5 every single of them. Maybe we will be seeing the picks coming in very soon. There are a lot of picks open. So, yeah, what are your predictions for that?
Well, if I would be there, there are a lot of picks. Like just like the last game, we did see a Roger, unleashing his fury onto that land of Dawn. So he could be the first pick here. But I see a Khalid has been prioritized instead. I mean, so many picks are open. Hayabusa is open. Chip is open. Julian is open. Zask is open. Aurora is also open. And yet they go on ahead with that Khalid pick. What do you think is the reason here, Peachy?
Also, not to forget a notable mention that how Zukshin is also being open. But I have to say how people have learned how to counter Zukshin. So that is one strong point that these players have, because these players do have a lot of strong power, willpower. They do have a lot of good strategies up to their sleeves. So this is why they are in the grand finals right now. On the other hand, I'm looking at a Aurora pick coming in from the side of team Lafu Kabi. Aurora with a Grok. Pretty strong picks. This might be the game that they might be able to pull it off, because the Grok coming in with the wild charge, the Aurora with the frigid glacier. So many utilities into the team fight. This is what how the team Lafu Kabi retaliates right now. On the other hand, on the side of team Eliminators, as you mentioned, Asoya, there are a lot of heroes is yet to be picked. Maybe a Hayabusa or maybe a Roger Jungle again. Okay, look at that. The Hayabusa has been picked from the side of team Eliminators.
Well, Peachy, if you ask me, I really love that Grok and Aurora pick, especially because, if I would have been there, I would prioritize that Aurora because, whenever an Aurora has been picked, I always make sure that it is, traded off with a Vexana. But Vexana had already been banned from the side of the Eliminators. So I think that Aurora could be a game changer here. But at the same time, we do see a Hayabusa pick incoming and a Eve, after the nerfs she received, this is, pretty new for me. I haven't seen Eve being picked in any of the tournaments. What are your thoughts on this hero, PG?
Eve is actually popular on the MPL level. She has been picked a lot, but as you mentioned, the nerfs were already coming in. That there was a point, there was a meta for her, but I want to see how it will be panning out for them. Eve pick for an Aurora pick, for to counter it out, pretty strong coming in. This might be the game where Aurora has that range. Even Eve has that range, but the real world manipulation coming in, that is where it is a strong suit for the Eve, and she might be able to fend off those heroes in her in her ultimate. So we will be seeing that, because the slows coming in from her, it will be very very good. On the other hand, Arlot pick, I'm looking, this will be an EXP Arlot from the side of team Lafu Kabi, I'm guessing. So yeah, but on the other hand, the bans are already coming in. Look at that, the assassins getting banned, as well as some fighter as well. These are the fighters that do annoy a lot of heroes into the match. Look at that. The Jawhead band, the Ruby band. These are the heroes who are the initiators for the team game. And since the team eliminators do love to play those kind of heroes, look at that Khalid. Khalid will be the one for the face, trying to go behind Aurora, trying to catch off Aurora because that is what an EXP does also, yeah.
Well, I completely agree with you. And at the same time, that Khalid pick against that Arlot, I am pretty excited to watch these both, EXP laners duel it out. At the same time, like, I think, this, Eve should be, a Valentina could be a better pick here. Don't you think so, PG?
Oh, Valentina pick. Yes, I would love a Valentina pick because how she can actually copy the ultimate of the Lord or maybe the Wild Charge as well. Because that will be creating a lot of opportunities for the team eliminators to go into the give that initiation that team eliminators want. On the other hand, team eliminators they are playing that Lolita and the Hanabi combination really strong coming in. As we all know how Hanabi benefits from that shield that she has. She can actually use that shield to prevent any CC being laid upon her. So this is a strong suit. And as we all know, Lolita's passive gives up the shield. So this is where this combination is working. On the other hand, and I'm looking at Alpha as well, Alpha and a Moscow team. Lafu Kabi, they have opted for a marksman who is a split pusher as well as he plays into the late game. So, right now I'm not looking at any early game other than the Aurora from the side of team Lafu Kabi right now. Yeah, even Alpha could be the one, since he hits level 4, he deals true damage and not a physical damage. So, it is a strong suit for that. But on the other hand, team Eliminators, will they be shining in the late game or maybe in the early game as well?
Well, they do have that Hayabusa, he spikes off pretty late, especially, that Hanabi, they have a late game marksman. So I think they have a pretty strong late game. But at the same time, we cannot deny how good Lafukabi's, heroes are. The draft both the teams are pretty good at this point. And as I speak, ladies and gentlemen, we head on to the land of dawn. What will happen in this game? Will we see an epic comeback coming from the side of Lafukabi, or will Eliminators remain the victors? A 4-0 win streak. Don't. What do you think, PG?
Oh, I'm curious to know who is going to win this match. On the other hand, both the junglers have opted for the buff that they need the most. Looking at the Hayabusa, he is dependent onto that blue buff, so he started off with the blue buff. On the other hand, Alpha started off with the red, pretty strong. He is a fighter, he can benefit for that. But look at the support coming in. The shadows are all set, and the Letho. On the other hand, the Letho domination could be coming in already because I can actually see Alpha trying to go in. But no, I'm sorry. But the Alpha is in the bot lane. He might be going in for an early pick off into the EXP lane.
And just look at how good that Khalid, he is poking out that R Lord, forcing him to recall to the base and get his health back. Oh my god, like he is a pretty underrated hero, not picked much in the tournaments, but he is such a good pick, especially with his second skill giving him that heal. At the same time, just look at this game too. How good I already see eliminators rotating so well. Don't you think so, PG?
Oh yes, that is true. Wait a minute, look at the wall coming in. Maybe, the Hanabi is the first blood, and Crisis, he will be the first blood. Team Lafu Kabi, they have this domination right now into the early game. On the other hand, the turtle is already being taken by the Alpha without no time wasted. This will be an uncontested lord. Yes, that is an uncontested lord. While Eve tried to go in with her skills, but she was unfortunate and she did not manage to steal it up. On the other hand, team Lafukabi, they are level 4. They might be able to go in. There we go. The wild starts coming in. It will be missed because Hayabusa is all up with the shadows. Grok in a very bad position. 3 men on him. He might be able to be, and there we go. The Oigi shadow kill sealing its deal, and it will be the Grok falling down.
Well, that is a pretty bad positioning again coming from that Aurora, and she will also be taken down as a result. I do not understand. She has already seen there are three people ganging that Grok in the top lane, and still she just, goes in between the three of them. What do you think? Could it be a misjudgment, a miscalculation, or was it some technical issues?
Oh, probably a misjudgment because she just did went in with the fragilation, did manage to squeeze one of them, but it did not. It was just not in her favors. With that in the mid lane, wait a minute, the Alpha was being used defensively. He did survive there, but how long? Look at that. Rock going in with the flicker and a wild charge. He did miss on that again. Khalid is still there. The final slash onto him. Oh, wait a minute. He did survive that even though he was low.
And I see that Arlott in a bad position, and I think he will be taken down. But no, that real world manipulation coming from the Eve, slowing everyone down. But it's not enough because it's just the starting game, and at the same time, Lolita has been taken down. And Khalid has also been taken down, and Hanabi joins in and takes that kill onto that Alpha, and she is still dishing out that damage along with that Hayabusa. Will she get that kill on that Grok? I think she will be able to secure a double kill for herself. Oh my god. I mean, I was seeing some domination in the early game coming from the side of Lafu Kabi, but look at this. PTET is back to their aggressive bomb.
Yes, that is true. So yeah, look at that. On the other hand, this will might be another uncontested lord into the hands of Team Eliminators because look at that. Arlott is trying to zone him out, but it is just not enough. Khalil is also there. He is joining him into the team fight, but no, wait a minute. Saramut gets picked off right before the turtle, and turtle goes in the hands of Alpha. Wait a minute. Lafu Kabi actually secures that turtle. This will be the second turtle of the game, and Sarah Moon. No way. Even though he plays his shadows, it was quite late. While in the bot lane, there is some skirmish going on, but not for long because that skill, that Khalid can actually come back to his health because of his skills. On the other hand, I'm looking at both of the teams. Hanabi right now, she is all farmed up. With that double kill, I'm pretty sure her corrosion cycle is all up, and now she just has to wait it out for her two of the items. And no way, looks like Mina will be picking off the Khalid into the bot lane. They might be able to go in for a push, Aswaya.
PG, that Brian Brenton with that marksman is an absolute disaster for ET, I think, because just see how he came from top lane to the bot lane, and even though that turret was traded off, they did secure to get that turtle, and even our lot in the bot lane, and I see a small skirmish brewing in the bot lane, like they are headed towards that Moscow because they know he will be the bone of contention because he is already playing so well. Don't you think so, PG?
Oh yes, that is true. But meanwhile, look at that. The top lane looks like Mina will be picked up in the hands of the Hayabusa. On the other hand, the wild charge being missed again. That is a little slow wild charge coming in from Art right now because I have seen him missing quite a few wild charge. On the other hand, the hailstorms will be doing some damage onto Bed. Bed is just there trying to survive it out, and with the real world manipulation, the slow effect coming in, it is just a cherry on top. Look at that. Maybe the invasion is already set in. Lolita might be in trouble right there.
Well, she did escape, especially I did see that Alpha missing his ultimate, although that wall positioning from Grok was pretty cool, and I see real world manipulation, but our lord just dashes back, and I think that Eve is in a pretty precarious position, but that was miscalculation on the part of our lord, and as a result, he has been taken down, and oh god, what a beautiful, utter domination and team play again coming from the side of ET. And Lafu Kabi is again, I think, just being pushed back at this point. Don't you think so, PG?
Oh, that is true. Look at that. Eliminators having the domination. They are dishing out damage that Human Blast does not connect to anyone. On the other hand, it is a killing spree. I really did not expect how a Hanabi is countering that Moscow. On the other hand, sorry, not the second, but the third turtle of the game will be going in the hands of Serar Moon. On the other hand, Crisis. is all farming up. Look at that. He's taking down turrets, he's taking down those kills as well, and he is in a very safe position. And I'm loving how the Hanabi is positioning ourselves. On the other hand, in the mid lane, the skirmish is all set coming in. It's a killing spree for the Serrar Moon. It was the Mina going down, and the disengage is already there.
Well, what a beautiful gameplay, what a beautiful team fight. Just look at how that Arlot was taken down right inside the turret, in between five people. And look at that Hanabi, she is farming. She is so much ahead. Just look at the damage coming from all of them. But I think that Khalid will be punished for his overextension right there. And I see that Lolita jumping in will also be punished at the same time. I think, they need to play safe because they already have this game in their hand. They need to wait it out for the Lord. And I think it will be kind of done for Lafu Kabi. PG.
Oh, highly possible. I am anticipating this kind of gameplay from Team Eliminators, but look at that overextension coming in. I really don't get it why Art went in, but the chain CC, the Alpha going in with the Alpha charge and the final slash did its damage. This is the kind of synergy that I want to see. But meanwhile, look at that. This is the fun fact, and it will be about Benedetta. Benedetta, who wields a sword named Electro, which grants them the ability to harness the shadow power. This will be a fun fact about Benedetta. Oh, and let's just dive into the game. Maybe we were seeing some damage coming in from the Khalid into the bot lane. Hanabi is all farmed up. On the other hand, there is this gold gap coming in. Sia, look at that. Wait a minute. Look like that Mina will be taken again. It will be the Eve giving its damage. On the other hand, the mid inhibitor is in trouble. The wild charge will be used in a defensive manner just to escape it out.
PG, one more thing which I'm witnessing here, like I really love that combination between Eve and Hanabi. She is slowing down the entire enemy team, and this is where Hanabi comes in, using her CC, her ultimate to chain everyone up, and as a result, everyone can dish out that damage. And this is what I think is a major factor here, which is taking that Lafu Kabi down. Don't you think so?
But wait a minute, Ashia, look at that. Even without a lord, okay, the team fight has just broken off. The exchange blows is already set in. Looks like the Numinant Blast. It will be interrupted by that Alpha with the Alpha charge. But no, it will be a mega kill for the Hanabi. On the other hand, Serrar Moon gets a picked out a double kill in the hands of Hanabi. Really strong coming in. Right now, on the side of Team Lafu Kabi, 3 men are down while Hanabi is still alive. There's no one she can, wait a minute, look at that. The real world manipulation doing its job, and the shutdown onto the Aurora. This might be the end of the fountain. This might be the end of Lafu Kabi. Wait a minute. The Rock is allowing that, but no, it looks like his teammate will be coming in a good position, and the Spear of Destruction connecting onto the Eve, but it is already a shutdown onto the hands of Lafu Kabi.
I think that Grok did lose some hope there, but he should, still keep faith. There are miracles happening every moment. So yeah, don't lose hope, Lafu Kabi. You can still come back, maybe, I guess. And as I speak, the Lord has spawned. So do you think PG will Lafu Kabi be able to take this Lord, steal this Lord away, or will they be, just be sitting back trying to defend that Lord?
We did see in some team fights how Serrar Moon was actually caught on by that Aurora, and also those heroes from the side of Team Lafu Kabi. Okay, wait a minute. Before that, another fun fact. And this will be about Xbox this time. But I have to say, coming back to the match, this is where Team Eliminators, they are not going in for the Lord. They are just waiting it out. Even without a Lord, they managed to take up 2 of the inhibitors, and there we go. The pickups of reset. It looks like the Aurora will be taken down. And on the other hand, it will be the Khalid, who was the EXP laner, who was the face for the team. He goes down. He did manage to get one. The assist is on to him. The minions are still pouring in. On the other hand, the Alpha is trying to take down those minions. But wait a minute. He is low again. Mina is low. It will be the Serrar Moon getting the blood off it. The real world manipulation doing its damage onto them. It will be a Moscow going down as well. A sweet wipe out, and the minions are in. So we all know what does this mean. Team Eliminators, they have done it again. A double kill. A single kill onto the Nabi's name again. The minions are just there. The cannon minion will be doing it, and the fountain is down. Okay.
We अगर I
Connection established. Connection established. Connection established.
Welcome back, guys, and we are here with the victory screen, the result screen, and we see the Eliminators have continuously won the fourth match of the tournament, taking this victory with utter and absolute domination. The way they crushed their enemy was a sight to behold. Their ganking was immaculate. The way they were picking off at people was so beautiful to watch. Their ganking, the way they executed their skills was so beautiful. And at the same time, I did see, that our Lord missing those skills, and I was wondering if I would see some, flicker ultimate combos coming from that our Lord. I couldn't see much, and at the same time, I was really vouching for that Aurora pick right there. But since they had that Hanabi immune to that CC, that was something which weakened that Aurora right there. Although I really loved how Brandon used his marksman, securing the kills, securing the objectives, but it wasn't enough. So, what is your analysis of this game, Peachy?
Both the teams they did play it out very well, but as we all know that there will be only one winner, and it will be none other than Team Eliminators. Look at that Crisis being the MVP with a KDA of 7-1-10. He was there in every single team fight. He was there in every single kill as well. With the total score of 21 onto their side, he does holds a 17. That is more than 70% for himself. So that is how a marksman should play, and very well said that the Hanabi did carry the game. Also, with that, we are at the end of the journey. This was Eastern Edge Season 2. While Eliminators have been crowned the king, the winners of our very own tournament. Look at that. Both the teams, they did show us a lot of team fights, a lot of determination as well. But congratulations to Team Eliminators. They have done it. The level of skill, the teamwork, the determination they displayed was so brilliant, so beautiful that they actually deserve this win. With that, do say few words of gratitude to our team.
Well, absolutely. All this tournament was so beautiful. The UI, the moderators so helpful. The way they carried out the entire tournament was absolutely beautiful. So I would like to thank everyone who supported us. Also, I would also like to congratulate each and every one of the team for making this tournament a success. Do not be sad if you couldn't get ahead, but I just would love if you keep coming back in other tournaments and keep supporting us. So, yeah, congratulations to everyone.
With that, I have to say I would like to thank every single person who tuned in today, and even the person who did work behind the scenes, the streamers, the casters, the organizers. Thank you so much for hosting this wonderful tournament. This was the end of Eastern Edge Season 2. But don't go anywhere. We will be back with another season very, very soon. So do stay tuned and make sure you guys get your team ready because we will be hosting bigger and bigger tournaments. This was the Eastern Edge Season 2 powered by Indian Gaming Corps. Signing off. This will be Peachy and Asoya or taking a leave for now.
Connection established.